and to console each other.
Hello. I am sorry, but I must interrupt this show. Later, you know what it is. Hey, Ham, it's time, baby. Low, it's time how we do. Hey. They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said go. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we hit. They said we said on. They said we said strong. They said we said go. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you man. I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a whip. And I pull that shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you in red like an Xbox. Got me laughing at you like you red fox. Got you chasing Hot Wheels like a matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super cold like I'm playing for Blizzard. Cause you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today. Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make it bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said go.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 23rd episode of the Gaming Log. I'm Log7. My guests are Flemish, Oshus over there sipping on some, what is that brown stuff? Is that urine? What is that? What is that? All right, sharp.
Same stuff I showed you last week, bro.
Oh my God, England just scored again. What?
Guys, did you know how turned off people were when you're talking about sports on Friday, bro? Can we please leave the sport with the sport?
Tough.
Like, nobody cares about sports.
Bro.
Like, no gamers.
I do.
Flemish, do you like sport, bro?
It's my channel.
I hate sports.
my
I don't
channel.
like it at all. The only thing I like is bet sport.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there's money. Guys, listen, I'm a happy camper. Since we're talking about bet sport, right? I had $10 on England winning against Slovakia. England conceded a goal in the first half, midway through the first half, and the game was almost over. Jude Bellingham equalized in like the 92nd minute, then extra time, and then boom, Harry Kane just scored a header. So I'm gonna have me $25 by the end of this one. I'm a happy camper.
Okay, but look, I was not talking about betting. I was talking about something else.
What were you talking about?
Bet sport.
Oh, bed. Oh, your D sounds like a T. Your D sounds like a T. But yeah,
You're
you know what?
way too invested over there. Way too invested.
Man, $10 is it's not nothing. I'll tell you that. It's not nothing. Anyways, Flemish, what you been playing this past week?
Oh, I've been playing Last Epoch again. Last Epoch,
okay.
yeah, the new season is coming up soon. Cycle, they call it. So I'm just been playing it again, getting my groove on, finally getting to end game for the first time. So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
All right, cool beans. Oshus, what you been playing?
So it's actually been a PlayStation week. I'll tell you now. I'm just checking. So I'm playing AEW. Huh?
Oh, you're playing the free game.
Yeah,
that's what you're doing right now.
AEW Fight Forever. This awesome
not very
game.
PlayStation. No, not very PlayStation of you, brother. I'm just saying, because PlayStation people support the devs, right? That's what you.
No,
guys
but
do.
like it's on PS Plus, so and I'm a huge wrestling game.
You have to buy it.
Why?
If you're a huge wrestling game fan, you would have bought it.
No, I wouldn't. I don't like AEW, so I don't like see the need to support their brand. But I want to see like how
you're a WWE fan. You said
I'm
you're
not
a wrestling
either.
fan.
Yes, I'm a wrestling fan. Like when wrestling was good, but that's a different story.
Oh my
But
goodness.
anyway, going back to what I was saying, so I'm playing that AEW Fight Forever. I don't know if you guys know this game, Dragon's Crown Pro. Fucking brilliant game. Brilliant
No,
game. It's like
but
it's an action RPG. It's done by Atlas, the same guys that did Odin Sphere. It's like a 2D type of game, hyper sexy characters. That was released I think about around 2017, 2018. Super awesome. If you are into a fantasy and role-playing games, action role-playing games, it's your
is it
fucking shit.
turn-based?
No. It's action. It's an ARPG.
I'm looking at
I will say that the closest thing it compares to, I don't know if you guys have seen, like, I don't know if you know Odin Sphere, which is similar, but this is just much more sexier
No,
than Odin Sphere, especially if you play the
I
Amazon.
don't
It's
know.
pretty sick. It's pretty sick, and everything is hand drawn. Like that's the draw. Is that the games, Atlas's games, or those particular games are hand drawn. So the animation is so fucking tight, and the writing is awesome. The music is brilliant. So yeah. So that's what I've been playing. That, and on Xbox, what have I been playing on Xbox? Oh yes, Gotham Knights. I'm really enjoying Gotham Knights for some reason.
Is it now on Game Pass?
Yeah. Well, I bought it, but it's on Game Pass. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. I failed to resist the Elden Ring tsunami, and
Did you buy
I'm
the DLC?
installing. No. But I am reinstalling it right now on PC. And then since I'm traveling for work, you said you were gonna get it, Flemish. I kept checking and you didn't get it, so I was like, fuck it. I might as well do it.
I have it on Xbox.
Yes. I thought you said you're gonna get it on Steam so we can game share.
But we are game sharing on Xbox.
Okay, well, I also have it on Xbox, so yeah. And also because I'm traveling for work, I'm gonna be gone for about a week and a half. I need it on my PC, so Steam is where I need it at right now. So this past week I've just finished Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Remake, my bad. Remake and the extra story with Yuffie. And I'm guessing when I come back from my trip, or maybe next month, because maybe next month I'll get into Rebirth. For now, I'm just gonna dive right back into Elden Ring as soon as I get back, or when I'm on the road as well. Gentlemen, so as the highlight on the thumbnail suggests, the focus today is going to be on the Steam summer sale. Where is it? Let me put this up on the screen. Hold up. Jeez, I have so many tabs open. This is ridiculous. How many tabs is this?
I should minimize your Pornhub, bro.
Why?
Don't open it. Just close it after you're like done, bro. Just don't just leave it hanging there.
Pause. Leave what hanging? What are you talking about, sir?
Your tabs, like your Pornhub tabs, bro. Just close them. Like it's simple. That's so simple. Once you're done, just close it, bro. Once you watch
why are you putting me in these situations where I'm forced to either confirm or deny stuff? Why are you doing this to me?
Anyway. You know that said you had. Why do you have like so many tabs open? Like only one explanation.
No, it's not one explanation. I have several tabs for several reasons. All right.
Sure.
So I've got freaking Crunchyroll. I've got my links to the books that I'm reading, comics, like Marvel and DC. They don't have friendly apps, but if you leave the browser open, it works better than the apps, for me at least. And then there's gg.deals. Don't forget gg.deals. And then what else?
Look, there's no need to defend yourself. It's okay, bro. We believe you.
Leave me alone, Oshis. Anyway, The Steam Summer Sale. It's on from now until July 11th, 10 a.m. Pacific. I don't know what that is Central African time, but I was going through this and just struggling to not pull the trigger on so many games. So I just wanted to bring the pain to everyone else and just show everyone how crazy Steam is and PC gaming is in general. The wallet's going to be very light by July 11th. Oshis, have you seen this sale?
I'm
Are
on
you
Steam
interested?
now, so I'm not like when. Oh, okay, like is this not something that's happening now? So what are you saying?
It's happening
Because
now, bro.
I'm
It's
on
live
Steam
right now.
now.
Yeah,
I'm on the store. Is it featured? Is it under featured?
bro. As soon as you click on store, it should open
Oh, here
this
it is.
big.
Yeah, summer sale now going on. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. It's live right now.
Dude, yeah, I've got too many games. I've got over 700 games and 60. Well,
That
actually,
does
about
not matter.
80% of
That
those
does
I've
not
not played, or finished. So
look at these.
I've. Nah.
Well, you're about to have 800 games. Flemish, have you seen the Steam Summer Sale yet?
Yes, and my game that I like, the DLCs that I really wanted are still too high priced. It's insane. They never go down more
What's
than
too high price for you?
50%. Xenoverse 2. I still want all the damn DLCs, and it's still minus 50%, still $60 for everything.
All right. Well, I think this is wild, but let's go through them. Dead Island 2, if I'm not mistaken, this game came out late last year. It's already 50%.
Yes. I played a little bit on Game Pass. It's still on Game Pass, I believe. Yeah.
Baldur's Gate. This one is notorious for not going down. It's already 20%.
I bought that game twice, so I'm good. I bought it on Steam and I bought it on Xbox.
Hey, how come we're not game sharing? Me and you need to game share, Oshis.
Sure. Just give me a shout.
Let's do it.
I'm not sharing
do
with
it.
anyone right now. So.
I got like 5 games on Steam.
Okay. Oh, you want a game show on Steam? Nah, forget that. I thought you wanted to like do it on Xbox. Why? Huh? No, I'm not gonna share my games.
Oh, you don't buy games on Steam?
Huh? I do.
Right.
A lot of games on Steam.
What's the problem?
No.
So what's the problem?
No, there's no problem.
You put the saucy games on Steam. All right.
I'll give you my I'll give you my I'll through pass you my Xbox stuff and my PlayStation stuff, but nah, my Steam account is private. It's mine.
Oh yes. No. Sizokuloma after the stream. No, you're not gonna do this to me. You are not going to do this to me. Persona 3 is 30% down. Cyberpunk is 50% off, obviously without the DLC, but that's a big cutoff. Modern Warfare 3. I think COD games should be treated like FIFA and Madden. Everyone that wants COD, like for the day one stuff and is going to spend a whole lot of money on it, most of the time by November, they've already bought the annual COD. So I don't understand why they keep their prices so high. But anyway, 35% off it's still decent. Dragon's Dogma is 20% off. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, 30% off. My beloved Tekken is 43. Oh, Grand Blue Fantasy. Ooh. No, my wife probably won't let me buy this.
Look at that face. Look at that face.
Yeah. Man, I hadn't seen Grand Blue Fantasy. I hadn't seen that. 30% off. And I really want to play that game. All right. Football Manager. God damn it. Okay. And I only have Football Manager on Xbox.
On my core as well.
With Game Pass, they let you buy it. But now for whatever. Let's not get into Game Pass and Game Pass PC in Mozambique. Armored Core is 30% off. That's a big cutoff. What else? You see, this is where COD should be, guys, in my opinion. FIFA everyone that wanted FIFA, like the maniacs, the FIFA maniacs already bought FIFA by now, you know? And the next one's about to come out. This is fair. $13, $14. This is fair.
Was it also not free on PlayStation?
On PS Plus, yes. It just got launched free. So yeah, those are the highlighted ones on the first row. Then we have here feature deep discounts. Deep discounts is like my territory. $2 games, bro. Celeste is going for $2. American Truck Simulator, $2. I might get this. I'm not gonna buy it live with everyone watching, but I'll probably get American Truck Simulator.
Look at Remnant below. Remnant 2.
We'll get
24.
there. We'll get there. Batman Arkham Knight, $2. This is crazy. Arkham Knight's going for $2. All right. Shadow of War is also going for $2.50.
If I had to give people advice, I'd
which-
tell them to just wait for the to get the whole collection for Batman. It always is like dirt cheap. You get it for about $5 for everything. So just rather wait for that.
Yes,
and then,
yes.
you know.
Welcome,
Yo,
Ty.
hey.
Wait,
How you guys doing?
you're saying not to get
Hey.
this one? $2.
No, don't get this one. Rather, like for $5, they'll have all the games. Like $5 to $10, they'll have
When?
all the games.
When do you work at Steam? Do you
No, I
have
don't
an
work
uncle
at-
that works at
I
Steam?
bought a collection and it cost literally like $5 for everything, for all the Batman games. On Steam.
Is that available now, or
No, like they have these intermittent sales. Just rather wait for it. Don't buy it.
they
single.
cycle through them?
Yeah, they cycle through them, so it will come back and then you'll get it. In fact, if you look now, I'll check for you if
Yeah.
it is available right at the moment. But no, please go ahead. I'll check. I'll check on my side.
All right, Taye, how you doing? What you
poppin'?
been playing?
What have I been playing? Smash Brothers Ultimates for the Nintendo Switch, and I recently downloaded FIFA 24, and this is one of the joys of. I know you don't like Game Pass, but it's one of the joys of Game Pass. It's just like my playing machine. I just play FIFA, I play all the EA games on it, and it's been pretty good. Won a few matches. I'm
It's not
looking
that I don't
to.
like Game Pass.
Mhm.
It's not that I don't like Game Pass. It's just that I like to be. I like to warn people about Game Pass that it's such good value
Mhm.
that it will feel and be like quicksand, in my opinion. A lot of
Hello?
people get into
Feel like
it.
what?
Quicksand?
Quicksand. Yeah.
Look, just quickly while you're busy,
What?
just look for the Batman collection, the Arkham collection. Just search. I just checked now, but it's in rands, so it's going to be like, yeah, rocket. Like, yeah, the pricing is not going to make any sense to Flemish or to Thai. So just
Batman.
collection. There it is. Arkham.
Which one?
Ah, yeah, come on, guy. It was on the drop down. Go back. It's the third option.
This
Oh,
one.
yeah.
$8.99. Look at that.
Nine-
$8.99 for all
$9.
3 games.
3 games.
Yeah, and
Oh,
freaking, that's what I
okay.
got. Rather get that than get it like
That's
for what is
wild.
it like? Yeah,
Is it
Fuck you.
3
I
games
think
or
it's
4?
$2.
Okay.
Is
it's
it
3
$2
games.
or $3?
Okay.
It's $2.
That's what?
It's $2 just for Arkham Knight.
Yeah, and then for
But
all 3, it's
$9 for all
$9
3
for all
games.
3, yeah, and including all the DLC for all the games.
Ooh, that's
So
good.
Oh
so
wow.
you're getting, and
Wow.
Arkham is some of the best DLCs you get for like a AAA game.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is why I never
it's
like.
not
I don't
easy.
like. I never understood why people cry about game sales going up, game prices going up. How does it matter when the sales are like so ridiculously good? Like you buy a Ubisoft game like when it comes out, like a month later it's on discount. Like no one is begging you, no one is saying you need to buy a game day one. It's
Yeah,
just
like
it's
you
such a
actually need to
entitled
buy it.
approach. Go ahead.
Yeah. There's a lot of games out there. You're right.
Yeah. Like GTA can drop for
so
$100. I really wouldn't care because I know with a couple of months it'll probably go down to 80 or whatever it is, and then you buy it. End of story. Like you just
I'm
keep it
not
moving.
waiting for GTA. I'm not
Fair enough.
waiting for GTA. Like GTA, when it drops, if it's $100, I'm buying it.
Yeah, same.
That's like there's certain games, like no offense, right? No offense. For example, Jedi Survivor. That's not a must-have for me.
Yeah.
It's a cool game, but it's not a must-have. Like Hogwarts Legacy, when it came out, bro, day zero. This needed to be downloaded and ready to go.
Wait, why
before
Hogwarts Legacy?
Why Hogwarts Legacy?
Yeah.
Because this is the first like polished AAA game we've had in this universe since, I don't know, the PS2, I guess. And even then it wasn't really that polished. It was just like a tie-in to the movie. You know, they call it a cash grab, even though everything else is a cash grab. Whereas like Jedi Survivor, the first Jedi Fallen Order game, that was a day one. That was a must-have. This one wasn't, in my opinion. Although I did get it day one. Hogwarts Legacy was a must-have. Forza Horizon 5 was a must-have because it was the first Forza for the next generation. Do you know what I mean? Like there's certain games that if you look at the context, the extra lines, it's like, okay, this is a must-have. So for me, GTA 6, that's a must-have in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. Welcome in, Mr. Inferno. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What you been playing?
Oh,
Mr. Inferno?
great. Just been, trying to play games and homework, work, all that good stuff. And that's all I've been trying to do. Try to balance all that together. It's interesting.
Yeah. Adulting plus video games. It's very interesting. This past week, if you could pick like a specific game that you've put the most of your time into, what would it be?
Oh man, this might disappoint some people, but Fortnite.
What?
It's been Fortnite. It's that good, guys. That new season, I'm loving it. It's got a little bit of Mad Max Twisted Metal energy in it. I'm enjoying it.
I'm not judging. I'm just kind of surprised. Okay.
I'm judging.
Right. I used to be like you guys until I tried it. They had the Dragon Ball Z themed. I said, you know what? Let me give it a chance. Let me try. Let me be Goku and then see if I can enjoy it. It's a fun game, man. I got my other friends into it, so we squad up and we just, go wrecking a whole bunch of kids. Just wreck them. Get those W's and then and then
says fuck kids.
not like Dr. Disrespect though.
No. Like Jordan and Kobe. That's
exactly.
I got you. I understand, dude. I understand.
I just want the crowd to know that.
Yeah.
What's
so
happening
essentially,
to Dr. Disrespect Studio? Do you guys know?
It's fine. The studio is moving forward. He's just out.
Yep.
Wasn't he the one bankrolling them though?
No.
Okay.
He brought in a whole bunch of sponsors.
Okay.
And like eyeballs to the studio, and even people that wanted to develop because he was connected to it. But with time, what happens is it got big, right? And it's to the point now where it really doesn't need him. It's to the point where he is now detrimental to them. I'm guessing a lot of sponsors were like, yo, you guys don't get rid of this guy. We're going to have problems.
That makes sense.
So they cut ties. But as far as I know, his ex studio is just fine. They're doing just fine. They're saying we gonna be all right. So yeah, Mr. Inferno, what we're doing essentially is just going through the Steam summer sale, just coping because we can't buy all these games, but also just informing everyone that it's going down on PC right now until July 11th, 10 a.m. Pacific. It's going down. So we were on this page here for the feature deep discounts. Disco Elysium $4. This is a great game. This is a very good game. I haven't played it, but I have it. I have it on good authority, which is IGN reviews, that this is one of the best RPGs like from last generation. So everyone should really look into this one. $4. Like I think I'm probably gonna have to like sort out my cart and then talk to the wife and negotiate. I don't know how I'm gonna get that through, but I need to talk to her. Ghost Recon, $6. Breakpoint was kind of mid, whatever. Euro Truck Simulator is kind
I'm
of
playing
old.
Breakpoints right now. Oh, sorry, I'm playing Wildlands, I think.
And
Wildlands. It's good for a co-op experience. It's fun. Like if you're playing with a friend, it's great, and I like it. I enjoy it. However, if you're gonna play by yourself, like just don't even bother. It's not that good.
You played day one.
No. I only started playing recently. I'm playing it on Ubisoft Plus or whatever.
I saw a lot of the coverage day one. It was in very rough shape.
I mean, it's still like there's still some points where I get logged out, my friend gets kicked out, like so. It's not the best quality, but I can't deny that. If you want to play a game that is just a fun mess and everyone just logs in, logs out, like it's quick. They're pretty much quick hits. I would say Ghost Recon is pretty good.
All right. There you go. At least someone here is ready to rep for Ghost Recon. Last we have. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me come back here. So, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which came out 3 or 4 years later, is only $1 more expensive than Ghost Recon Wildlands, which actually came out stable and everything worked, and people are still in love with the DLC. I for me, right? Me personally, I would say if you only have $5 to spare, I would say go for Wildlands. Breakpoint, I think it needs a couple of patches.
Is that not without the DLCs though? The Wildlands?
Yeah. This one doesn't have the DLC. Same with Breakpoint. But the point is, one of these two games is stable right now. That's all I'm saying. Next we got Frostpunk. Apparently it's good.
I'm looking forward to the second version, Frostpunk 2. I've seen the trailers. It looks really good.
I tried the first one, and I didn't.
It wasn't for you, no?
No. And I do play Sims and management games. I do like those, but Frostpunk didn't do it for me. Borderlands 2 is available for $3. I'm sure Oshes is going to tell us to look up the Borderlands collection, and it's probably all the games for $10 as well, right, Oshes?
Can't confirm or deny. I don't know. Like I'm not a Borderlands guy. I have all the Borderlands game on Xbox, so I have not really checked that out. But that's possible. It's very much possible.
I wonder if we're gonna see a spike in sales due to the movie coming out.
That movie looked stepped on, though.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anything with Kevin Hart or The Rock to me is doo doo. You just take it and you just flush it down the toilet. Like,
you don't know if I'm not Dwayne The Rock Johnson though.
No, I mean like movies. Like I'm talking about the movies.
Okay.
When last did you watch? When last did somebody walk out of a Rock movie and say, "Wow"?
They keep paying because people keep going to watch Oshes. They might not be for you. It's just like Mr. Inferno said about like Fortnite. Yeah. Like it's not for you and me. You know?
Well, who here can say, "Well, I'm a Rock or I'm a Dwayne The Rock Johnson guy"? Like
I love The Rock.
Well, you have kids. You have kids and a wife, so you need stuff.
Yeah, not just wrestling. That's it.
Oh, movies. Oh,
movies. Yeah. No, like I used to be a fan of The Rock. Well, I'm talking about his movies specifically.
Oh yeah. That's what I was saying. Only wrestling. Other than that, no.
Yeah, no, I'm a huge Rock fan when it comes to wrestling, but all his movies are the same. There's gonna be a jungle. The Rock is always playing himself. And chances are it's for 8-year-olds.
I think the last good rock movie or movie that he was in was that I thought was good was Fast and Furious. After that, I haven't seen any other that's good, and that was a while ago as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that
When he
was a long
first made
time
his
ago.
appearance in that, yeah, he was good.
Yes, thank you, Sir X-Man. I was feeling so weird. Welcome in, Sir X-Man. Mike Johnson, what's crackalacking? Welcome in. Sir X-Man says he likes Jumanji. I also like Jumanji, and it has Kevin Hart and The Rock.
Yeah,
I haven't
I
seen the
like
new one.
that was
I
good.
like
You're welcome.
Jumanji, the one with what's his
The
name? Robin Williams, the real
Yep, the
Jumanji,
original. Yeah.
not
The
the
real
Rock
Jumanji.
knockoffs. But once you
The
put Kevin
slant.
Hart and The Rock in something, dude, it's a marketing vehicle. There's no movie
Yes.
there. It's for your kids to
Dude, that's like saying, hold on, that's like saying a game is a cash grab. Dude, every movie is a
no.
marketing play. What are
Come
you
on,
talking about?
come on,
You think
man.
you don't think
Come
they were trying to
on, man.
market what was it? The Avengers? You don't think they were trying to market Spider-Man? You don't think they were trying to market Star Wars: The Acolyte? Are you serious?
But that's not a movie. That's a horrible TV series.
whoa,
What I'm
whoa,
trying to
whoa!
say,
I
what
caught
I'm
up
trying to
to
say
the
is,
I caught up. That TV show is not bad.
I
It's
think it's
okay.
horrible.
I
my
don't know
point
why you would
is,
say
my
that.
point is,
I think it's doo
he's a
doo. It's
product.
like, eh? But like my thing is like not all movies are products, right? Like, but this is the thing with art. You know, most with
Not
art.
all movies are products. Say
Listen,
that again, please, with a straight face.
not all movies are products.
The fuck out of here, man. Where's the mute button?
How much more
This guy.
straight do you need my face to be?
Oh, this guy. Not all movies are okay. You know what? Let's go back to
The Acolyte sucks, bro.
out of pocket.
We
Out
must
of
talk
pocket.
about it sometime. We must have a.
It really doesn't. I
I
think Star
hate
Wars
it.
fans
Oh, let's
are
talk about the
probably
acolyte.
the
Let's
most.
talk about the acolyte. Ty, please tell us why the acolyte is good.
Ugh.
The power of
I'll say-
one. The power of two. The power of many.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, "What the hell are they doing?" Like,
Hold on.
why? So
Hold on.
cringe.
Let's do it for the show. The power of one. The power of two. Where's two? Fuck, where's two? There's one that forces just two. The power of two. The power of many.
I don't want to be part of this. I think it starts off slow,
Oh my
but
gosh.
it engages you with the story, and I think it's more or less consistent. I'm interested in as to why certain things are happening. It makes the Jedi look a little bit sus, and I kind of like that. I like the fact that not everything is as clean. Everything to do with hey, creating a child and all this other stuff that is lore focused. Like who cares about that? To be honest, I was speaking to a Star Wars fan about it. And he says Star Wars fans are very hard to please. We're very, very critical. But he agrees that, like, yeah, this show has gotten way more abuse than it should. And it's not as bad as people are making it out to be. And I would agree. Like, I'm just a normal guy who watched it. It's not as good as Andor. I don't think it's as good as the first Mandalorian TV, the first season. But it's not bad. There's nothing that sucks. It's just okay. That's it. It's okay. And the last 2 episodes were decent. It was interesting. There was some nice fights in there. Interesting fights, and there was some decent revelations. So yeah, it was okay. Like anybody who tells me this show sucks, I just think they're fraud. Basically, they just they hate the idea of like, it's just wokeism or whatever.
Wokeism. I've been told by HR that we cannot say that word. So let's
after all the stuff that Cozy was popping off on Friday. We can't say that word.
Yeah,
really?
Friday was actually
really?
Friday was actually like the trigger point. So
Oof.
yeah, y'all follow the instruction of Sir X-Man, all right? He's old, so that gives him legitimacy. All right. If an old person tells you to do something, you do it. Hit that like button, share it out to your friends, subscribe if you haven't. Some movies are for money laundering, like whoa.
Disney movies I feel are like for money laundering.
Yo, guys, I don't want to get in trouble with Star Wars with HR. Please leave me alone. Anyways, Ty, to your point about the acolyte, I have not watched it. And all I've seen, right, is people cutting specific parts of it. And we're going to look at one of those parts that I looked at and I was like, okay, I don't know the context around this, but I'm not more interested, right, in setting aside my limited time to engage with whatever the hell this is. That's just me being like 1000% like honest. Actually, you know what? Let me show you. Let me show you one of those things right now. Just so it's not one of those, oh, we're just grasping, right? Besides the power of one thing. This was fun.
Oh my gosh, not
right?
this. Please don't. Please don't do this.
This was like top tier cinema right here.
Why? Why would
it doesn't look bad though? It just looks strange and I'm not hyped. You know? For me, like for you, Ushers, you are triggered. You sound triggered right now with your why, God, why? For me, I'm kind of like, oh, that kind of just looks like shit, and I'm going to watch some anime instead.
You know what pisses me off? You know what pisses me off about Disney and generally all like progressive media? Whenever they're gonna do the most awful shit, like the most cringiest thing they possibly can, they're gonna put a woman, and chances are they're gonna put a woman, a black woman.
Oh my God! All right, Ushers, HR then gave me some very specific instructions. We're not going to get into this. Tai, what are your thoughts on this specific scene? Because have you seen this scene yet?
I've seen it, yeah.
Can you give us the context why this is like defensible and it's fine?
So she's essentially taking someone. She's essentially taking someone's identity in this one, and they're trying to make it seem like it's very special, it's very graphic, it's it's chaos because this is gonna be different now. Now you have the potential bad person, infiltrating the main base, whatever it is. Yeah, I get it. When I saw this scene, the first thing that came to my mind wasn't like, oh my God, why are they doing this? It was just kind of like, yeah, I mean, cringy, whatever. Like, who cares, right? Like, I play Mass Effect. I watch very corny TV shows that have some of these kind of drastic, messy things. It doesn't really matter. And the fact that people are highlighting this as a major problem shows me that they're all over dramatic. They're looking for any single thing to hate this TV show. It's a joke. This show is not that bad. It really is not.
But hold on. Hold on. There's something else I want to show you.
Can I just say one thing?
Right, go ahead, Clement.
Can I just say that's an excellent way to do your hair quickly?
Yeah, but your hair.
Honestly, like when I saw it too, I was like, okay, lightsaber, cut your hair off. Yeah, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Now this part is a little bit silly. Like,
yeah, we might as well get She-Hulk twerking here again with Megan Thee Stallion.
Well, you see, but that's the thing, though. I would say She-Hulk twerking, that was iffy. This is nothing. This is really nothing.
The same. If Megan's included, I'm here for it. More Megan.
If it's what?
More Megan. I want more Megan.
She shouldn't have been in that episode. No, actually, no, that's wrong. It's okay for her to be in the episode. The twerking part was just silly.
Oh.
Okay, so
I just want to see more.
You said that people are getting dramatic about
lightsaber headbutt.
About the haircut, right? What's this guy being when he says this will never not be cool? Sorry, is he being dramatic or is this perfectly fine?
He's a Star Wars. He's one of these shields that like.
Oh, let him answer the question. Hold on. Let him answer the question.
You mean when he uses his helmet to?
No. You specifically said the people that are freaking out about the haircut are being dramatic. What is Mr. Adam Levick being?
I mean, that's pretty cool. What's wrong with that?
Okay,
he's using the helmet to hit the sword. Yeah,
what's clear here? So what's clear here is thou shalt not be negative. That's what's clear. Because if you're overly effusive, right, about something and say this is awesome, cool. But if you give a thumbs down, now you're dramatic.
I think, okay, I'll say this. There's a difference there. I think being positive about something is okay. And when something is negative like that, I think you can critique that, you know, the dramatic, you know, throwing her hair up or whatever it is. What I'm seeing though is an overreaction of negativity. Now, if this guy is saying this is the closest I've ever seen in Star Wars, whatever it is, and out of all the TV shows, movies, I'm like, yeah, I mean, calm down. It probably really isn't. But when I'm
someone
looking
did
at,
say that.
yeah, but okay, then we could call him out and say, hey, listen, you're kind of overreacting. I think what I'm trying to say here is like the Acolyte. I've heard so much crap about it, so much negativity.
Here we are.
So,
It's this one.
and
This is one of the coolest shots in all of Star Wars.
I mean,
this is not dramatic.
No, I don't agree.
This is not dramatic.
No, listen, I'll be cool with you. When I saw this fight and I saw him use the helmet to actually like as part of combat, because how many people use their helmets to actually like, you know, in part of combat? I thought it was cool too. Yeah, it was a good fight. Like this fight right here, I don't know. I'm not a Star Wars lore expert, but would you say this fight right here is in the maybe top 5, top 10 fights in Star Wars? Ushers, how about you?
So what I want is for anyone that's watching this, I want you to rewind this podcast the last 5 minutes, right? Or 7 minutes, and watch Taye say it's terrible that someone was criticizing a specific point in the Acolyte. And then watch Taye say it's perfectly fine that someone goes to the extreme opposite when it comes to the Acolyte.
No,
which is why I'll repeat again, which is why I'm going back to the same point, Taye. The takeaway I'm taking from this, from my interaction with you right now, is that thou shalt not criticize. That's all I'm getting from here, from this.
No. Criticize, but like, and use some praise if you want, but overpraise, over being overcritical. Like, I think somebody said this show has more reviews, like, because the Mandalorian was good, and somebody said this show has more reviews than all of the whole other Star Wars TV shows together. So it means that everyone's actually going to just review this. Then why? I don't understand. Like, why are you so obsessed with this show? And it's crazy because I almost feel like asking these people who are criticizing the show, Star Wars fans, did you watch Andor? Because that didn't do too well, right? Disney Plus wise. So it's like a good Star Wars TV show comes out, you don't watch it, but you watch the bad ones. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. This scene is okay. There's nothing wrong with this scene right here. It's fine. And him saying it's a cool shot. I mean, do I think it's one of the coolest shots in Star Wars? I don't really watch Star Wars like that, so I can't tell you. But the idea of using I'm guessing the helmet is made from Berska, whatever it's called. It's not.
Listen, I'm not a super Star Wars guy. What I will say before we move on, say is that
it's another mineral. I forgot what it's called.
That but the lightsaber has been nerfed to oblivion.
No, wait. Isn't this, aren't lightsabers weak against this material?
They are.
I have no idea.
Wise, yes, they are.
Lore-wise they are. So do you know why I know this? Because the reason why I know this is because I was gonna do a versus video, Kyle Vestas versus Geralt of Rivia, just like one of these like versus videos.
Yeah.
And the only way Geralt could actually have an effect is if he got one of these Berska metals and infused it into a sword. So
it's not Vesca. It's a mineral. It's in the comics. I forgot what it's called. It's very nerdy. Only like super Star Wars nerds actually know what it is.
From the
So I guess what we can say is whoever who did this shot went and looked up the lore and made sure it was accurate, right? Because this is possible.
Which comics? The extended universe or what?
It was okay. So they've now sort of compressed them into legends, but the older Star Wars lore that is no longer
that's what I'm saying.
Headed.
Okay.
But
that's
what
I wanted to
they
bring
mentioned it in Legends as well, because Legends is most where they took all the old lore and then they say, okay, it's all now compressed into Legends because it's no longer canon. So it's part of Legends, yeah.
All right.
Can I?
All right. So thank you so much for the super chat.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Flemish.
So he's wearing a brace, I can see, but he's wearing no like elbow pad or anything. But he deflects the lightsaber on the right, but it scrapes. So normally it would hit the arm. Like if you look at it, okay, it's a small detail. I know it's a really cool shot.
You're
But in
giving
my
them too much
opinion, with the
credibility.
brace, it's weird.
No, I'm
It's a
guessing.
cool
I'm
shot.
guessing the arm has the metal,
is
the
cool.
so-called
It's
metal
very
that
cool.
cuts through lightsabers, right?
But I
Yeah,
see
like
no arm in here.
He doesn't
No,
because
his
his
left arm,
arms,
he
his
has
arms
something.
are showing though.
There's
Yeah,
something
like
on
I
his left
can.
arm. No,
Yeah,
it's
if he
He
has
does
on.
have something. Yeah.
Okay. Like
All
I
right.
did a quick Google search,
X-Man,
and it
thank you
says
so much. Thank you so much for the super chat, Sir X-Man. Loke is the new Doctor Who from your country. No. I actually looked it up.
It's from
And,
like Central Africa.
Nkuti Gatwa is a Rwandan Scottish actor. So
He's an
there
LGBT
you go.
Rwandan Scottish actor.
why does that
New
matter?
Doctor Who is he black?
Because he wait, like you know why it matters, Taye? Because he makes it a point to tell us every single time he's in an interview that I am and that's my thing is
you're going to get me in trouble with HR, Oshus.
Wait,
You're
what do you
going to
mean
get me in
HR?
trouble with
Did
HR.
something happen?
But I didn't say
Just
anything wrong
because-
though.
Just because someone on the other side says something doesn't mean we have the right to respond to it. All right, so relax.
But my thing is like
the new
he
Doctor
says
Who
that.
is black. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, he's black
Yeah,
and he's LGBT.
you didn't know this?
No, I did not know. I don't keep up with Doctor Who. So is that woke then?
I don't know. Like I'm not allowed to say anything.
Here we go. Yeah. Thank you. Now you're paying attention. So here it is, Mr. Inferno. Nkuti Gatwa, Rwandan Scottish actor.
Awesome.
Yeah. We're not going to get into the article because then Oshus is going to want to respond, and then I'm going to have to fill out forms, and like
Just a quick
it's
one.
cool.
The fact that he told certain people not to watch if you're not.
That's silly.
Oshus,
Uh-oh.
this is a great choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna
This
have
is
to
an awesome
research
show.
this.
Okay.
Anyone that doesn't like it is, terrible. All these other things, dude. Let's leave this specific topic behind, please. Let's go to Xbox. I wanna highlight Xbox for 5 minutes right now. Because I'd like for us to take a look at their roadmap. Anyone here a little intimidated? Is it just me? Is it just me?
Yeah.
Or is
My
there
schedule's gonna be crazy.
shitload of games? It's not just me then.
It's not just this.
Yeah, this is what's been given years. There's other stuff that we just know is in development, but we don't even know what year it's coming out. So
I think my thing with Xbox is I think because they're so diverse with their games that a lot of these games I'm probably not as interested in. So that's number one. I think number two, not to take a shot at them, but they still need to prove quality among their games. So, for example, if this was all Sony PlayStation games, it's gonna hit differently. You're gonna know it's gonna be dope. With Xbox, might be a Redfall here, might be a Starfield there, might be a Minecraft Legends here and there. You just really don't know with them. I'm optimistic they're all gonna be good, but you really don't know. Like OD, for example, right? I have no idea how that game is gonna fare, but I do know the next, the espionage game that Kojima is making is probably gonna be 10 out of 10 quality, just because he's going back to his roots. Xbox,
even though it's the same guy.
Yeah, because the same guy working on a new type of game or new type of genre doesn't always yield great results, right? Like just because you're an expert at making, strategy games or adventure games doesn't mean you can go make an RPG game, right?
True. How'd you feel about Death Stranding, though?
I wasn't crazy about that. I didn't play it, but I could see where he was going, and I think that's my point. Like when Sony probably signed up with him, they didn't expect a walk-in kind of simulator kind of game. They were probably annoyed with that. In fact, I think the only reason why that relationship is still going strong is because they managed to convince him. Okay, we did the walk-in thing. We're gonna do it again. We'll give you the money for that again, but you need to make a Metal Gear Solid like game now. because that's what's going to sell PS5s. So I think that's pretty much what's happening there.
Gotcha. Okay.
And Xbox gets the OD version. It could be good. It could be great, but I don't think anyone's really looking at that thinking, yeah, this is what we expected from Kojima. So I'm optimistic. It looks good, but who knows with Xbox, right?
Damn. The positivity is just all over the place. Well, I'm gonna go through it because for me personally, I'm a bit overwhelmed. All right, so let's go with just from 2024. Hellblade. Not great for me personally. I jumped on and quickly jumped off. Ara History Untold. Not great for me.
Did you
Not
finish
great.
it? You didn't finish Hellblade, no?
No,
did.
dude. I just
I enjoyed
installed and
myself.
moved on.
Did you like it?
I did. It was definitely a walking simulator, but as far as, of course, visuals and storytelling and the immersiveness of it, I appreciate it. But I definitely, even the gameplay, the combat, there is some depth to it if you really want to get into it. You can just, hit X, and be just fine. But if you really want to get into it, there is some meat there. It's just, it is short. It is a lot of walking. I'm upfront about that, but
Yeah.
it's not as bad as some people say. I think some people had different expectations of Hellblade than what it was.
Me included. You can put me in that list of people that thought they were going to get a bit more. I thought it was going to be more expensive than the first game.
I think Hellblade 2 kind of signifies what I mean with this list. Like Hellblade 2 looked great from 2019 upwards, and then we get it, and it's an 8 out of 10 game, and didn't do too well on Steam, didn't do too well on Game Pass. So that's kind of the inconsistency I'm talking about when I look at this list. Like I just don't know. Hellblade 2 was I liked it, but I know a lot of people didn't like it. So you just don't know where Xbox on some of these games. I look at Hellblade 2 and I think there was so much potential in that game, and they didn't take it.
Well, he says an 8 out of 10. That's still good.
No, it's good. But I think for me, I was expecting more. But also, I think my problem with that game is the missed opportunities. Like you talked about the combat. I don't think the combat is deep at all. I think it's very, very basic, extremely basic. The only thing that actually looks good, if you take that combat and you remove the graphics, it's trash. It's garbage. It's not a good combat system. The only thing you're doing is parrying and blocking and dodging, whereas you should get combos. Sorry, go ahead, man.
Well, it's not Devil May Cry. That's Hellblade's never been Heavenly Sword or Devil May Cry or even God of War. It's its own thing.
But if
I think that's the issue.
I went on the Reddit page to talk to the Hellblade fans, and I asked them, like, what do you like about this game? Or what do you prefer about the first game that this game doesn't do? And they all said nearly the exact same thing. Combat was better in the first game. The puzzles are better in the first game. They said everything is better in the first game. The only thing that's better is the graphics. And they're not saying the game sucks. They're just saying, like, it seems like Ninja Theory literally said, we're just going to do graphics this time. And we're not going to expand on certain things. We want to give you a visual experience. Whereas everyone's saying, like, yeah, but it's still a game, bro. You still got to make a game. Like, give us more combos. They took out the charge ability, and they took out the ability to guard break. Why would you take out more combo-centric moves in your sequel? You have to build on that. But they took it out because they wanted you to have more of a cinematic experience. Like, I think Matt Booty should have stepped in there and said, yeah, this doesn't seem like it. You need to, make you laughing at Matt Booty. I think you need to, make this game more combat focused. You need to make this game more game. I think David Jaffe said on Xbox 2+1 that if Sony was making that game, they would have cut a lot of that stuff out. And I think that's the thing. Sony makes great games, and they know what a great game is. So Sony would have said, yeah, your ideas are great, but it's too long. You need to shorten this part here and get straight to the combat so people get more engaged. Because right now, people are playing this game on Game Pass. They play for the first 30 minutes and they're out.
Death Stranding is laughing at what you just said right now. Death Stranding is not agreeing with what you're saying. Sony would. There's no guarantee Sony would have said anything to that effect, dude.
Wait, what?
Go ahead,
hold on.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Death Stranding is a snow fest. For 2 hours to 3, it's a snow fest. Sony could have cut that, but they didn't.
So
Go ahead.
when it comes to Sony, built in like from the own studios that they have, right? Not paid by others. They go over the quality of the game. They always inspect everything. Xbox give free hands to the developers. That's a big difference. So the developers gets the vision that they want to portray to the player. Also, in the first Hellblade, you already saw that the combat was less than what like action games do. It was very cinematic. It's a lot of walking. So I already expected the same thing in the second one, because in the trailers, in the gameplay that you had before, right, the small bits of gameplay that we saw, it's already a lot of walking, cinematic. There's not really anything going on, right? So how can you sell me a product like that and expect me to be excited for better combat and stuff if you don't show me? So I already was expecting the game to go in a certain direction, to go more cinematic and all that kind of stuff, and beautiful, but not really combat focused at all, like the first game. I think they wanted to have more that vision of what it feels like to be in that position of someone that has
Psychosis.
Yeah, and I think they wanted to lean more in it. I haven't played the game really, like an hour maybe. I don't know if I want to give it a real chance because of what I know the game is about.
I think they want to lean more into the sim of it more than what I'm used to Ninja Theory doing. And I would want them to go back to that to prove to people that they can still do that kind of game, which is the Heavenly Swords, the Devil May Cry reboot type of game. I want them to do that because some people say they need to do this kind of game. Xbox needs this kind of game. I think on some degree they do, but I think that's not where Ninja Theory shines the most, in my opinion, even though they got the award for it.
Do you mean
that's what some people said they need, a game like Hellblade 2, super cinematic, graphically, for graphical fidelity, all that kind of stuff.
So Mr. Inferno, I agree with you. Sorry, Ty, go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
No, I was gonna say, like, no, what Xbox players wanted was like a God of War like game. That's what they meant by they did a cinematic experience that had good gameplay. And again, like, you know, like no one is worse than reading the room than Xbox. Like Xbox, like unless it's something that they've been doing for a while, they'll always get it wrong. Like you literally need to freaking go take the fucking the tail and pin it on the donkey for them to know where it needs to go, because they always miss the mark when it comes to those sort of things. They're very, very bad. So what a lot of people wanted, they wanted a God of War like game, something to sort of meet the same or hit the same sort of target as like what Sony has in their first party, which is like a Last of Us like, a God of War like, something to that effect. And I mean, where are we with that? Like, or something even like what is that, Demon Souls like, or anything that resembles, that is typically what, you know, people expect. And then what you give them is something that no one asked for, which is a cinematic experience.
That's what Ninja Theory was doing, though. That's not. But they didn't come in and make Ninja Theory do something they weren't going to do.
Yeah,
I think that's the issue. We put expectations on them that they're not trying to do.
No, but like that's a fair.
I think my thing.
It's just like if I came into Gran Turismo and wondering why it's not open world. It's like they weren't going to do that. That's not their vision.
Well, then my thing is with when it comes to Xbox again is then show us. I mean, how many times did they show off Hellblade, and we had no idea what the game was about, only for them to disappoint at the final? Because if they had
we didn't know what the game was about.
No. But yes, we didn't know what the game was about. Like we didn't know what the gameplay loop was, because they kept showing these cinematics where it goes into the story mode and it's surreal and whatever, but they did not show us what the game loop is. The game loop is what is the moment-to-moment gameplay going to be. And they avoided doing that from 2018. I think the game was first shown off in 2018 up until now. And a lot of people were disappointed because they were expecting something that was going to be God of War like. And that's the honest truth, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that's on them, to be honest. It's more
like
so on them.
I go to like the
games.
But you didn't see anything that resembles it at all. You even know from the first game is nothing like it.
But like, I
There was
go on
no
the
bait
Reddit
and switch
page,
there,
and
bro.
I go on the Reddit page, and like, when I ask this question, people say story, combat, environmental design, the voices were better. People say the immersion in the first one was better. People say the combat in the first one was better. Like, it's just this list of people saying that like the game it excels when it comes to the cinematics, but when it actually comes to the game part of it, it doesn't.
There is
And the
no
question
game.
is,
There's almost no gameplay.
yeah, the question is what was the purpose of this? Because we've seen this before
Thank
with the Order 66, right? And Order 66 with
Yes.
PlayStation.
Mm.
That didn't do well either. Like we don't need another tech demo kind of game.
Exactly. And that's my
I
point.
expected Xbox to take Ninja Theory and say, you guys have experience making combat focused games with heavily blade, all that kind of stuff. We're gonna take some of that, we're gonna input it into this game. Yeah, we're gonna streamline this game a little bit more, so it's going to be financially viable. So you don't have to be scared you're gonna get closed down because Tiger didn't do the sales as well. Help it didn't do the sales too. You don't want to be that studio that the reason why you're being kept around is because you have good technology. Like, you want to be that studio that, like, no, it's the games, it's Gears of War, it's whatever, it's Forza, it's Sea of Thieves. That's what you want to be known for. No, now you're around because guys can fly over and use your motion capture studio. That's not it. Like, and I like this game a lot, but
then it sounds like you didn't want Hellblade 2, or you don't want Project More. You want old Ninja Theory, and that's what I want too. But that's not what Hellblade is, unfortunately.
But
Project Mars is not going to be that either.
But like, is that a good business decision? If no one plays it, Mr. Inferno. At the end of the day, people need to want to play your games, and that's the thing. Sony makes cinematic games people want to play. Xbox makes cinematic games.
You just said Order 1886. He just said that. That's an example.
And exactly.
Sometimes you take that risk.
That's a good game.
Sony learned. This was early in the generation.
Hold on.
It was just short.
Like,
the 86 was just short. It wasn't
14
boring.
Order
Like, no offense
18,
to anyone that loves Senor. No offense, but it wasn't boring. It was just short. That was all
Order
that it was.
1886 was just a tech piece to show off what the PlayStation could do at the time. That was it. That was all it was for. It was 5 hours
So it
long.
made sense.
Yeah, that's all they wanted it for.
Okay.
So to your point,
can we not say that with Hellblade?
We don't need that.
So Mr. Inferno,
some people have been calling it weak. Some people are saying they lost the power narrative. Do they not gain some of that back?
So Mr. Inferno, you're releasing a tech demo for your console 3 to 4 years later.
Yeah, if it came out,
timing is bad.
The timing is bad. Everything has been delayed in the oven for a long time. That's all I'm going to say for that.
Mr.
A lot
Inferno,
of their games.
As a customer, that's not my problem. That's not my problem. It's Xbox's problem.
Oh shit!
Like, I don't care if they have to delay it. I'm the customer. I don't have to. Their excuses do not matter to me.
It's true.
They need to deliver product at the end of the day. If Sony's delivering product, Nintendo's delivering product, why can't Xbox deliver product?
They did deliver the product. You just didn't like it. That's they just did. And they have this lineup. That's delivering.
I think the question I would say is, like, how does this game, like, because listen, whenever you take someone's money, there's always going to be consequences, right? How does this, like, how does this game benefit the Xbox ecosystem? How does Hellblade 2 push the Xbox narrative in any way, shape, or form? It doesn't.
It's the most beautiful
diversity.
The
game came
diversity of their studios.
There's no game that
but when we talk about
but
hold on, when we talk about diversity of games, we have Sea of Thieves, that's diverse. We have Forza, that's diverse. We have Psychonauts, that's diverse. So we have these games that are hitting marks yet, but they're probably doing well the numbers wise.
But did they have a Hellblade before Hellblade came out?
Like a game like
but
that.
Mr. Inferno, does anyone care?
For the brand.
But does anyone care?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
They're in the minority, but yes, people do care.
But that's my thing, though, Mr. Inferno. Is that a good business decision then for Xbox to have brands that just take up? Because and they've not announced, they've not said anything about how much that game costs to make. But if I look at the marketing,
I don't hear that about most games. I don't really.
Well, a lot of games, but a lot.
Do you want them to make good business decision or unique experiences?
Like
every studio makes. Do you want them to make the same thing?
Okay. Fair enough.
So you want them to make Halo, Gears, Forza, but then criticize them for making Halo, Gears, and Forza because that makes money.
But I've never.
And that's what people buy.
Personally, I've never criticized Xbox making games that make money.
It's not you. It's the overall.
But then
everybody's
again,
saying they need to diversify.
Yes.
That's all they make.
so Mr. Inferno,
Is your
when you diversify your portfolio to things people care about and people want. And what is missing right now under Xbox's portfolio is something that is God of War like, or something like the whole reason, like whenever they bought Ninja Theory, everybody thought, okay, cool, they're gonna plug that spot where we are missing this entire library of movie-like games that PlayStation has. Instead, they give us this indie experience that does not address any of the need for that consumer base. Nobody asked for this sort of experience. I get it. That's what the original game was. But just because you sign someone up for an original vision that they had before does not mean that they can expand on it, which is what a lot of Sony studios have done. They go from doing something that's unique and that's very different, and then they expand that to something that is mainstream that people want to play. Xbox, who wants my question is who on the Xbox market wanted a Hellblade like game?
Do you know what? Yeah,
as it is now.
I don't even think that's even the question, because I think it's possible to say fans wanted Hellblade 2, whatever it is. The problem is when you finance them, there needs to be some kind of return. So my question is, how did this benefit the Xbox ecosystem? It just can't be like, well, we have this game now that everyone thinks looks great or amazing. Like, who cares about that point?
All right, now we're just going in
I don't
circles,
know about
'cause
the
then we're gonna bring
financials.
up the
So,
fact that now when I have to talk about the fact that sales don't really count for Xbox, because as their last showcase showed us, their priority is Game Pass, and then we've got the Fire Stick that is like merged with Game Pass, reinforcing again Xbox don't give a shit about console sales or video game sales. Their focus is Game Pass. So when you, Oshus, and you, Ty, are sitting there trying to tell us about how we can quantify sales of Hellblade, that's not the game that Xbox is playing.
But
and
my thing
right
is,
now
then,
it
look,
feels like
how do you measure
and
success?
hold on, let me finish. And
Yeah.
why I'm now switching over to Mr. Inferno's side of this discussion is that their focus is on Game Pass. So if your only rebuttal is people aren't buying one specific game, then I would like to direct all of you to this roadmap I just showed. Because this roadmap, this is just first party. We're not even talking about all the third party games that launch day one. That's not even like what's happening here. So I know, like both of you guys disagree with Xbox's decision of how they're going to move forward with their platform. You guys disagree. But we can't have an objective discussion. We can't have an objective discussion, right? If you're going to sit there and say that this superstar basketball player is not scoring hockey points. He's never his goal is not to score hockey points in the NHL. That's not his goal. So if you bring up his lack of scoring in the NHL, we're doing nothing. We're doing nothing.
Okay.
Ty, Oshus has abandoned the chat.
No, and Flemish, go ahead.
Can I also say that even though like sales didn't matter, because otherwise Tango Gameworks would probably have made another game and they would still be part of Xbox Studios, because that game did phenomenally well.
No, I don't think it did. I think when I say
did
Hellblade
that
2,
great.
I think what Oshus is talking about too as
Yes,
well
it
is
did.
we're not actually talking about sales. We're talking about a combination of sales meets players, right?
Yeah.
So for example, when I think about Hi-Fi Rush, the first one I always look at is 3 million players. 3 million players is not sales. So there's a mixture going on there. So the question then becomes, when you're on Xbox, when you're on PC, and when you're on Game Pass, is 3 million sales good enough? And I'll give you an example. High on Life was a game that came out on Xbox, PC, and Game Pass, just like Hi-Fi Rush. High on Life, before it came on the PlayStation, had 7 million players. So it had double what Hi-Fi Rush had. So I don't know if 3 million players was actually good for Hi-Fi Rush, given the budget.
No, and that's the thing. We don't know. And this is why
don't
But
know.
the thing is, but
we can make an educated guess, though, right?
Oshus, let me finish.
Hold on.
Let me finish. someone was bitching about making fun of Stellar Blade because they sold 1 million and they were celebrating. And then
That's
they were
good.
like,
1 million is good.
I would like someone.
Is
I
it?
would like someone.
It is.
I would
It
like
is.
someone to chill the fuck
For
out
For PlayStation.
because
for a
a
single
month
player,
ago,
for exclusive.
let me finish. A month ago, a hype charge or something was celebrating 100,000,
Who's that?
and everyone on the
Oh,
internet was
Hypercharge,
losing their
yeah.
mind, saying
Yeah,
it was
no.
awesome.
Yeah.
When Stellar Blade does it, and they celebrate it, people want to make fun of them.
No, Stellar Blade
So
did very
which
well.
one is which? And what does it come down to? It comes down to,
I
and
wish
this
it was
is
Stellar
why I
Blade.
like to avoid as much as possible talking about sales. Guys,
Right.
we don't know how much they've put into the games. We
So-
don't know how much they put into the development. We don't know how much they put into the marketing. We don't even
Yeah.
know how much their metrics are in terms of what is grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 of success in those specific developers. We don't know. So
But we do
why?
eventually know. Luke.
Why? Pray
We
tell.
do eventually know.
When we
Can I-
know,
Yeah.
Ushers,
Wait,
when
but
we know,
we
shout
do
this
know they made a
out.
profit.
Eventually, we do know.
But we
because of
know
the fact
Stellar Blade
that
made we know Stellar Blade made a
Eventually.
profit because I think
Can
they
we wait
announced it in
until
the report,
eventually?
right?
Can we do that?
Yeah, no,
Can
but
we
like
wait
we do know eventually.
Gen-
So we don't know. So I'll give you this, Luke. We don't know what's happening with Hellblade. The fact how we know, and then again, this is of course you know reading the tea leaves, as Jeffy would say. The moment they announce, and this is what Xbox does religiously. If a game does well, like Forza does, because
Yeah.
everybody likes Forza, or like say what's another game
Forza.
that did well?
Forza.
Starfield.
Starfield.
There you can't correct me.
Mhm.
So it's everybody pronounces it very differently.
Hey, then
Or
the Zulu comes
Starfield does 15 million. Guess who's gonna tell you? Guess who's gonna tell you after the first 2 weeks? Microsoft. But guess what happens when the game face plants immediately? Dead silence from Microsoft, unless it really, really does badly to the point that it even reviews badly, like Redfall, where Phil Spencer has to come and take accountability for one of his subordinates. Like the only time that Microsoft will announce if or give results is if a game does well. If a game does terribly, Microsoft is mum, which is exactly the same with Hellblade. And even if I look at the marketing for Hellblade, and I really feel bad for Hellblade in a lot of ways because they spent less money, in my opinion, marketing Hellblade than they did Redfall. Like Hellblade, literally, they had like the most, like there was almost no effort made to push Hellblade to the mainstream. And like by mainstream is like there's nothing in the mall, there's nothing where people actually sort of like or on websites or popular websites. Like I get an advert for Assassin's Creed every day. What is that? Assassin's Creed
Shadows.
the Yasuke one. Yeah,
Shadows.
I
Yes,
get
Shadows.
every single time I log on, I see an ad for that. Not a single ad for Hellblade. It shows you the confidence they had in that brand doing well. They marketed almost nowhere. I saw so many ads for Redfall before it came out, and then it bombed, and then oh well. So I
Do you
really
know that
don't think
that Xbox game with the toy soldiers or whatever?
yes,
Hyperdrive.
that's
Hyperdrive.
Hyperdrive.
I've seen way more ads for that game than I did for Hellblade.
Ads. I haven't
just
seen
noticed
any
that.
ads. I've only seen tweets.
There's actually a mail that just came out. Let me get the.
It did
mail.
I haven't
100,000
seen
now
no
recently.
ads.
Yeah, like
But I haven't turned on
100,000
my
copies.
Xbox for a while now. So maybe it's a me thing. All right, let's leave Hellblade for a minute. All right, let's leave Hellblade for a minute. Jeez.
No.
Next on the roadmap is Ara History Untold strategy game. I don't think it's out yet, but
Probably
No.
I
I don't believe.
I'm not really like.
Alright.
I don't think it's gonna grab me. I'll give it a go, but I don't think it's gonna grab me. Next, we have Flight Simulator.
Getting
With the
bad.
new updates, I'm excited for Flight Simulator because
Mhm.
I don't see the fun in flying for the sake of flying. But when they put in the
Mhm.
missions and goals and objectives, oh yeah, now I'm interested. Now I'm gonna have to figure out the space on my Series X. I'm definitely getting
Yeah.
Flight Simulator 2024. Anyone else here interested in Flight Simulator, or do you guys
Yep.
think it's a gimmick?
Nah.
Definitely.
No, it's not a gimmick. It's a simulator. That's not my type of thing.
I
Arcadey.
I love Flight Simulator because you can fly over your house and you get an achievement for it. It's pretty.
I think
chill.
it's one of those
Nice.
games that you probably download and you just try once or twice, and then you
I've tried to, but like if you
Definitely
love
feels like a
aviation,
PC community
yeah.
game.
So I won't lie, like my brother, he's a big like aviation guy, and he's not a gamer. He hates game. He's not big on games, but he loves flight sim because of how like realistic it is in
Realistic it
terms of
is.
like and just him loving flying and just loving the. It's one of the most relaxing games you can play if you just want to do something where you just you want to enjoy the sights and the scenes. It's the most it's probably the best recreation of the world that's ever been created in any game of the actual real world, and it's beautiful. I would recommend anyone, even if you're a casual, if you've never tried Sims, just try it. It involves very little actual gameplay, but it's so relaxing. It's like literally playing a screensaver, like a beautiful screensaver.
Is it
I
not
can
also
see it becoming my podcast game. Like when I'm guesting
so-
on Wise Old Gamers
Yeah.
podcast, or when I'm guesting on K Mega's show or whatever. I can see myself just getting up from the PC, right? Because right now I'm in my room, and then going to the living room, powering it up on the Series X, and then just flying all over the place, doing missions with firefighters and all this other stuff.
I love it.
Anyway, the next game on the roadmap is Tower Born. I'm not convinced. Anyone here? Anyone?
I
If
know
my
too
friends
little
play it,
about
I'll
the
play
game.
it. I'm not really hyped about it.
Yeah.
I don't know
think
much
it's
about
one
the
of
game.
those-
Install it.
This is
At
one of those
all.
games where
I
like
don't think it.
you're not looking to buy, but if it's on Game Pass, you give it a shot. If you like it, then all you and your friends hop on.
Where did they
For
show
me,
this
it's
game
like-
off? Because I
They
don't know
showed it
much
last
about
year.
this game.
They showed it
I
last
showed it
year.
last year, yeah.
Yeah,
last year.
developer
They
Gamescom
showed
direct.
it Game Awards or right before.
Okay.
Right.
Gamescom?
I'll
That
look
was-
for it.
Yeah, yeah.
What is it? Is it an
So for me, this is
RPG?
one of
What
those
is it?
games.
It's
It's like a
It's not a
side-scrolling.
defense game.
side-scrolling fighting game, basically.
Yeah.
No, I'll Google it.
Really? It's not a tower defense game?
I don't know if it's
Oh,
tower
I got it
defense,
right
but
here.
it's
Just
like
like
side-scrolling.
a fantasy Street of Rage kind of game, right? Side
Oh
scrolling.
Yes.
yeah, where you can
Yes.
play co-op and stuff, right? In the wilderness
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Got the
Okay.
gameplay.
Yeah, well, I'm not convinced. And Ty, to your point about like where you put it in your totem pole of Game Pass games, this is the type of game for me that someone has to come and tell me, like, look,
It's
do you
good.
want to play with me? Like, you would have to tell me, like, dude, can we set up a schedule so we can start playing together with Oshus or whatever? That's when I would install it. Otherwise, I'm good. You know,
Yes.
I'm building my Steam library. I'm having fun on PlayStation with Final Fantasy. I'm scared and excited to get back
okay.
into Starfield eventually,
like it.
right?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
I just
DLC.
watched the video. Like it looks like something I would play. Like that looks like
It looks
very
fun.
similar. It's very similar to the game I was telling you about, which is Dragon's Crown Pro. It's literally
Pro.
almost like an isometric, like
Is that the Japanese one, right?
Yes, it's an Atlas. It's made by Atlas.
The one with the lady and all that stuff.
with the Amazon, with the sexy Amazon and the
Yeah,
sexy
yeah, yeah.
wizard. Yeah. Fucking awesome shit. We
Amazing.
need. You can't get enough sexy
So-
in gaming, especially in 2024.
Hey,
More
yo.
sexy.
All right. So Gogo Po, the trick is just to play on Steam, dude. On PC, they're essentially telling us don't download the Xbox app. We don't want Africans playing on Xbox, the
damn.
Xbox app on PC.
Oh yeah.
And the good thing is they install they release everything on Steam same day. So you're not losing out if you just focus on Steam. So it's fine. It's fine. The next game after that is Avowed. And gentlemen, I'm scared of Avowed. I can see myself putting in 100 to 200 hours in this one. I'm looking forward to it. Looks like a banger.
Yeah, about
Anyone
those
else?
games.
I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was always trusting Obsidian's storytelling with Avowed, so that was cool. The gameplay,
The gameplay
looks, a lot
looks like it's
better.
getting better.
It looks so
Yes.
much
Oh, yeah.
better.
And third
Look.
person. Everybody wants to play third person.
Choices.
Oh, it's just
Actual choices.
what
Yeah.
is this? Yeah, actual choices that impact
All right.
where the game is going to go. It
Yeah.
does look like a very, very good time. So as far as 2024 is concerned, we've gone through a couple of games and we found two bangers so far: Flight Sim and Avowed. Next, we have Age of Mythology.
Sorry, just a quick
Re
one. On Towerborn, I'm
Wow.
watching the gameplay that Flemish put up. It looks a lot better than I
Yeah.
remember.
It
looks
does.
really good.
It does. It looks freaking good.
Does it?
It
That's
looks. It
that's
looks
gameplay
fun.
from last year, so that's a lot earlier even. So maybe the gameplay that they showed at the Xbox showcase.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this for sure. Yeah, this looks good. All right, sorry about that, man.
Oh, so we got three bangers. Okay. Next,
Yeah.
we have Age of Mythology Retold. Anyone?
Yep, I'm
No, I
looking
think
forward to
PC
that.
will do it.
I'm thinking about it.
I
and the
want to play it
reason-
on Xbox.
when I see the graphics in that game, it reminds me
Dude, do you love
vividly of
Xbox or
what
do you hate Xbox? What's wrong with you? Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, Flemish. Go ahead.
the original Age of Mythology. I was a fan. I played it for hours and hours. I've only played single player, by the way, against the PCs the whole time until Titans came out. Titans changed the game so much I didn't like it anymore. Okay. But when I look at the graphics in this one, they still look a little bit dated. They still look like the blocky textures. In my opinion, I don't know. I don't know. It feels like you're going back in the past, like 10 years.
Is it not a remaster? Is it not like a remaster? I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think
a
it's.
remaster. It's a
No,
remaster.
Yeah.
no, it's not like
a
they said
remake.
it was a
It's more like a
different.
remake.
Yeah, it's a remake. It's not just.
So are they
it's more
building
like
it
a
from
remake.
ground up?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would
It's a
say
brand
so.
new
Yes,
engine.
Okay.
Yeah, looks
No,
aged a little
literally.
bit.
it looks.
It does
looks
look aged.
aged.
It does
Especially
Just
look
like
aged.
the name.
Because that's what I was thinking. I thought it was
If you
just a straight
compare
up
it-
remaster.
No, compare it to the original. It's a totally different game.
It's yeah.
It's not just a remaster. Like they put a little
No,
lotion
No,
on
no,
it.
it's a remake.
no.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Put some Vaseline on that bad boy
Yep.
and then sell it again. But I'm not really feeling this one. So who here thinks it's gonna be a good one? Age of
No,
Mythology.
no, I think the gameplay is gonna be still
Yeah.
solid because of the like. Look, that's what like nobody is as consistent as Microsoft's PC team. Like the same guys that do like Age of Empires and all these games, they're very consistent in making sure that you get a very good experience overall. I've loved all their ports to Xbox, Age of Empires 4, Age of Empires 2. All those games have translated very well, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. I didn't play Age of Mythologies on PC originally, but I'm definitely looking forward to playing it now.
Come on, Gogo Paul. I just spoke about Final Fantasy remake, dude. Ubisoft wishes it could make something as kinetic as Final Fantasy remake in terms of the battle system. It's not the same. Sony games are pretty good. All right. All right, moving on. We have Indiana Jones that apparently is still coming out this year, and the
Oh,
Great
yeah.
Circle.
Yep.
Banger.
This one, Ham Solo, me and Ham went at it for a bit because I thought it was mid. Like the first trailer, I was like, what? I'm not even going to install this. I'm just going to move on with my life, bro. I ain't got no time for this. This is a whole lot of mid. And then we saw the extended trailer and the extra gameplay, and I was like, and I've come around to it. This one does look like a banger to me.
Yeah, machine games and
That
what
makes
they
you stick in
do.
your head.
This is
You
the
know,
biggest
plus
game.
killing Nazis.
Sure, right?
I'm always for killing Nazis. So you know.
Like this is
So it's
Xbox's
a good thing.
headliner, or would you guys say it's a Valve? I mean sales / Game Pass player wise,
No.
I think it's Indiana Jones.
It's Call
for
of
sure.
Duty. Nope, it's Call of
Yeah,
Duty.
Call of Duty.
No.
That's
No.
pretty easy right there.
Sir,
Look,
Sir,
I
the answer is always Call of Duty unless Grand
Oh,
Theft
yeah.
Auto is also coming out that year.
Call of Duty
Unless
is what
GTA is there.
they're trying to see the numbers on
It's
with
Call of
that.
Yeah. How about this? From Xbox Game Studios, this is their biggest game this year, right?
yeah, that's
Oh, bro.
easy.
Yeah.
Easily.
Bro.
Well, no.
Xbox
second-
Game Studios, that would be about technically.
No,
Is
it
that's-
will be Indiana
Bethesda
Jones.
is Indiana Jones is Bethesda. Technically, they're still
Oh,
under
you're
that
right.
umbrella.
Oh yeah.
If we're just
yeah.
getting technical, but
Still.
yeah,
Yeah,
But
no,
I think that's the
I got you.
biggest name is Indiana Jones of what they
Yeah.
have, other than
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
RPG.
right.
it's Indiana Jones.
Can I
Go for it.
say one thing? And it doesn't, it bothers me just a small bit that it's first person, okay? And then you have the third person cutscenes.
Mhm.
It bothers me. I will always say it. But I think
That's fine.
maybe they used the same engine as the previous games that they did with the Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein, yeah.
Yes.
And because the same engine, they cannot make it in third person, basically, because it's built for first person. That's what I
Yeah.
think why we have a first person in the end, Jones.
I
I
don't
think
care
that's just
about
what they're
Indiana
they're
Jones.
best at is making first
First
person, so
person.
they just
Yeah.
stuck with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I personally don't care about this game. Like honestly, like I grew up with Indiana Jones, but it's not a franchise I care about. I don't care about this game. I'll probably play it just to see how good it is. But I mean, we already have a hot beta version of Indiana Jones anyway, and I'm like,
Mm,
what are they
Tomb
gonna
Raider?
do here? Yeah,
Tomb
No, this
Raider?
is
Tomb
what I was
Yeah,
Raider.
gonna
I
say
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Xbox
what
side.
are they gonna do differently here that I care about? Like, I think this is for people that grew up with Indiana Jones and they like the character and they like going on adventures with the Indiana Jones. But for me, there's no appeal here. Like, there's zero appeal. If I really want to do this right now, I can go play Nathan Drake.
Rebirth
If
failed.
if I want to play, if I want to play a hot dude that does this stuff, I can go play.
No, but
Nathan Drake.
I think this is
If
why
I want to
this is
play
why
a,
I like
a hot
I
Xbox
chick
mean,
side.
that does it,
But this
but
is why
Damn,
Xbox
dude.
is good though, right?
if I
Because
you
want to
gotta
play,
respect your elders. You gotta
if I want
respect
to
your
play a
elders. This
boomer,
is the
if I want to
daddy.
play a boomer that's doing this, and then I'll play Harrison Ford in the 80s
But
because
that's
I've
that's who they got the all their connection from. This is the guy.
no,
This
I
is the
absolutely,
granddaddy.
yeah, I grew up on these movies, but I just, for me, there's the IP, the Indiana Jones IP is just not really appealing. Like, I can't tell you why. Like, why would I care about indie today? Like I did maybe when I was a kid, like when I was like early 90s, and I was watching Raiders of the Lost Ark or any of those movies. I just don't like. He's just not that relevant of a character to me anymore. And there's nothing in this game that made me think, "Ooh, definitely, I really want to experience that sort of gameplay."
Oh,
And
it
that's
looks good.
what I
That's
care about.
wild. That is
yeah, but isn't this
wild.
the
Looks
reason
really
why
good
we
to
kind
me.
of like Xbox, right? Because they could have copped out and just went for a third person, Indiana Jones games. Like that's what everyone's doing. That third person is the way to go. But instead they went first person, which is
No,
a
I
risk,
respect
which
them for
I
that.
completely
I
appreciate.
respect.
I love. And even like I'm looking at Perfect Dark as well. Like that's another first person sci-fi action raw running game. Like you would expect that to be third
Mm.
person just with some of the
Mm.
mechanics. So listen, I like Xbox because you're right. They are diverse. They try different things. Phil said it himself. Like if you're willing to take risk, then get out this business. Whereas with Sony, we kind of expect the same thing over and over again, third person, etc., etc., etc.
Well, a lot of that's in their DNA. Like Machine Games, they make first person games. Perfect Dark, that was always a first person game, so it was
Yeah,
never
true.
going to be
Yeah,
third person.
which
So
is
it's a lot of
surprising.
these kind of things. I expect these things. It's kind of weird. It's like, hey, I expected this. I'm like, well, it was never going to be that.
Mr. Inferno, did they not announce Perfect Dark as a third-person shooter before Crystal Dynamics
No,
was
some
involved?
people were speculating, could it be?
I'm almost sure that they announced it as a third-person shooter.
No, they never announced it as
Let me
that.
just Google it
And it
quickly.
may also have a multiplayer. I'm not sure on that part, but Perfect Dark in the past has had multiplayer.
No,
I
no,
don't know what
yeah.
they're going to do with it.
Announced.
I think they just need to do this very well first before they even try that.
Well, I think we have reports that the game was rebooted multiple times, so they probably did, and then obviously Crystal was just like, let's
Yes.
follow our vision.
So Jeff Grubb did confirm when the game was initially announced it was supposed to be a third-person shooter before when the initiative was just developing the game on their own. This is actually, they said it,
Mm-hmm.
and then of course Jeff Grubb confirmed before that that they were going to make it a third-person shooter. But then when Crystal Dynamics came on board, I think then they changed it back to first person.
Well, that would be kind of weird because Crystal Dynamics does third person.
Yep, but that's what
kinda
happened.
weird. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe the
Alright.
guys at Crystal were fans
Drip
of
Grub's not always right.
Even-
Sometimes he gets it wrong.
But no one brings that up. So even with all that debate, we can all agree that Indiana Jones is a must play for everyone here. Yes.
No, yeah.
For me, yeah, definitely.
All right.
Machine Games, Indiana Jones
And then-
together. I'm here.
And then
Same for me.
lastly,
95%.
all right. Lastly, we have the granddaddy or mommy of them all, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I'm not even going to ask you guys because I know everyone here is going to install, even if it's just for the campaign, even if it's just for that crazy ass campaign that they marketed. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely for me.
Yes.
I love
Campaign.
Treyarch more so than Infinity Ward, so I'm ready.
Ushers,
Yeah,
ushers,
Was
don't
it
make
not
me
that?
reach through this camera.
Is it
Nah,
not that
man,
Treyarch and Raven Studios are working together on this one?
Yeah,
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
but they always
Ravens.
rake in Raven to do like some aspect of the game.
Huh.
Like they support like Infinity Ward's ones as well as
Oh yeah.
they which is unfortunate because
It's Call of Duty
Raven
Sweatshop, unfortunately.
Raven made a game that was so fucking awesome back in the day called Singularity, and I would love for them
yes.
to actually, just give Raven, freaking give them another
Oh, that FPS with
Singularity.
time, right?
Yes, it was
FPS
like
with time.
Bioshock
Oh
with
my
it
God.
was like you taking Call of Duty and then
Yeah.
mashing it with Bioshock. It was so good. It was
Yeah, that's
brilliant.
the hope for maybe under Microsoft. They'll be set free a little bit to do their own thing.
I hope they do.
Hopefully.
I
We
hope
don't
they
know
do,
for
Mr.
certain.
Inferno. Ugh,
I
such a
don't-
good
So
game.
many
I don't know
IP
how
that
to be-
ABK has.
I can only
that
really
they
see
can
that
use.
happening if Microsoft buys new studios or grows these studios, right? Because if you're gonna take someone off Call of Duty, whether the quality is gonna reduce, and now you're basically hurting yourself.
Well, I
hopefully they
mean-
can rotate them in a way that doesn't affect it because there's so many ABK studios that we don't know about because
Or-
they all work on Call of Duty.
But remember,
Is-
like they've just lost Toys for Bob, right? Like they're doing their own thing now. They're not helping out with the Call of Duty.
They
like,
gave them away.
Good,
They
Give them away,
gave
yeah.
them
Good.
away.
They're their
Yeah,
own
well-
independent thing now. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess my point is they have less studios now technically working on Call of Duty, and if you
Yeah,
want to maintain
well-
the consistent Call of Duty, 8 out of 10s, you're gonna need more studios. So
So
you
Ty,
more
it's-
time.
let Raven go do whatever the hell they want to do, unless you get
So-
someone
so-
to replace them.
So Ty, it's not like the 343 guys are doing anything. I mean,
yes.
those guys.
Oh man.
All right. All right.
Moving on.
What's happening on July 18th, Rachie? What's happening on July 18th? I'm curious.
Path of the
anyways.
Goddess. Right?
Path of
That's
the
what I'm
what?
looking forward to. Path of the Goddess. What's it?
that-
Nazi Geni? The Capcom game that's going to be in
coming
Game
out-
Pass.
Oh,
It's
Oh,
coming
the
out the
colorful
18th or
one.
19th.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
with the
Really?
ghost stuff.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
but
that,
You're
That
like
was
fighting
nice.
demons
You're
and
clearing out,
infections.
like infested areas and whatever.
It's
Oh, yeah.
not a game that I was like when I saw the gameplay. I thought it was action based, but it's more like you're commanding an arm, like a few people as well.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know what kind of game it is, but it does look like anything I will play. But it's a Game Pass,
But
so hey, I will
Flintlock-
try it anyway.
Yeah.
Flintlock is also coming out on the same
Oh
day.
yeah. Oh,
Oh,
damn.
yeah. That I'm playing.
Wow.
That I'm playing.
I
That I'm
got
getting
to
into
play
on.
Flintlock first.
And if you want to buy it, it's also not a full budget game. It's the same price as Hellblade. I
Oh
believe.
fuck! I won't be able to play it.
Flintlock?
Day one.
I'll
Yeah,
probably
Flintlock-
support them.
Yeah, I think
That's
I'm gonna
my
buy it.
that's the team. I played their last game. I loved it.
It looks good. Like this. What was the last game, Mr. Inferno?
It was called what was
Ashen.
I forget what it's called. Ashen.
Oh,
There we go.
I've heard of
It was
this
like
Ash
it was
game. I
an
don't know
indie
anything
Souls like nobody had a
Beat 'em up.
face.
Yeah,
Nobody had a face. It
Oh,
was weird.
I
Like
did play
hand-to-hand
Ashen.
combat.
Oh, but I didn't play very far here. I got I'm not a Souls guy, so I didn't play very far. But I remember playing it. It was on Game Pass at some point in time. I remember it.
Yeah. Wow.
But I'm still
so
gonna try this.
okay. So guys,
that's gonna
the,
be
the
good.
reason why I wanted us to look at the whole Xbox Studios roadmap is I've been seeing a lot of negativity towards Xbox, and even though I haven't powered up my Xbox in literal weeks, maybe a month, I think it's uncalled for because look at look at what we just discussed in terms of what's coming to Xbox, and then Reichi just dropped 3 games in the chat that we're not even aware of that are going to take over our lives on July 18th. So before we move on to the next one, can we all agree that maybe the collapse of Xbox is a bit overblown?
A couple of years.
At
No,
least
no.
the
Xbox is not gonna.
hardware, I
No one's
get it,
gonna.
but
No.
Game Pass and the brand
Look.
as a whole, no, it's not going
No,
anywhere.
absolutely. Like Xbox is not going anywhere. Like anyone that's worried about anything is worried about. To Mr. Inferno's point, is worried about hardware. Hardware is where they are. Like they. And my problem with them is that they. Why don't you just come out and tell people what you're gonna do? Why are you like sort of wishy-washy? Well, maybe we will, maybe
I
we
mean,
won't.
they really shouldn't though, because you can't be a multi-trillion-dollar company and then you're telling your consumers in advance, yeah, we might fuck you over. Sorry, we might screw you over. Like you just don't do that.
But when you do it, when you do it eventually, your consumer is even going to be more angry at you because of the fact that you led me on. You made me buy.
It wouldn't matter by then because I mean it's too late.
I don't know.
I mean, it's just like nobody likes when PlayStation announces PC games. Do you want them to tell you ahead of time that it's coming to PC? I don't think anybody does.
I like it when they announce games on
PC.
PC.
Does.
I have no problem.
Not the console players though.
Can I also say?
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Can I also say that it was interesting when you heard like Phil Spencer talk to IGN? They talked about a handheld that he couldn't say clearly what was going on. Like if there is something that in the works, like he
couldn't say yes, couldn't say no either.
Yeah, he couldn't. Like it would be cool indeed. Like the right guy all the way on the right, Ozzy. Ashes was saying. Sorry, I forgot name. I'm bad names.
No problem. Just Ozzy is fine.
He's an Aussie.
Okay. So
he's not Australian.
That they could hype us a little bit more because we are waiting for stuff like that for a long time. That they could maybe give us more in advance than just 1 year.
But I think any of those, like, I'll give you an example, right, guys? Think about when Xbox bought Bethesda. They didn't really say straight up, like, yo, all these Starfield, Elder Scrolls is going to be exclusive. No. I know people who bought these consoles because they thought it was going to be exclusive. So if you're Xbox, the best place to wait, delay, let people buy the consoles. And then when it's too late, be like, okay, yeah, it's going to be on all platforms. Yeah, that's what you do. Yeah, that's what you should do. If you announce that first, straight away, well, you're losing market share. Like, why would you do that, right? So I don't expect them to ever announce any of these things prematurely. You announce it when it's too late, basically.
But like, this is the thing. Like, again, going back to my thing is, if you're going to do a console strategy, and again, Xbox is not doing a console strategy. We don't know what the freaking hell they're doing because they don't want to be clear about their game plan. But Sony is very sending you. Like, what I love about Sony is that they're very direct to their consumer who buys their hardware. They tell you, you know what, all our first party games that are single player will be exclusive to PlayStation for a timed period, and this is gonna go on forever. And eventually they'll come to PC. All our multiplayer games are going to PC day one.
But hold on, they didn't do that straight away. They're like, they didn't do it straight away. It was a couple of games, it was a couple of remasters, then it was this game, and it was that game, then it was Helldivers 2, and then even just there, like Herman Holt said, hey, listen, all our games are gonna be exclusive on PlayStation first, whatever. Exactly. Then you have Horizon, whatever, on the Nintendo Switch. He didn't say that. He knew that was misleading, right? But he didn't say that because he knew exactly what he was doing. They're all the same. But I agree.
Yeah, but that's a Lego game though. Like it's not like everybody says Horizon. The same thing. Yes.
But it's still their IP though, right?
Okay, fair enough. I'm not saying it's their IP, but it's not. Again, people, let's be real. It's not Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, come on! Horizon Stop moving the goalposts.
And then not yet. Look, I'm not gonna hear you. I'm not gonna hear you with this because same thing that you said last time. No, about the whole Activision and Xbox and that stuff. Fine, I get where you're coming from, but my point is, like, let's stop pretending that this stuff is like for like. It's not like for like. Releasing a Lego game for Horizon is not the same as releasing a full-on Lego game day one on Switch. And it's an easy argument to make. Okay, everybody's third party. No, it's not the same thing.
It's not the
It's-
same thing, but I
Tell me
think
why it's not
the
the
argument
same
here
thing.
is
Third
Hold
party,
on.
as soon as they released on
Why is it
PC,
not
it
the same
became third
thing?
party.
No, that's fine. Like releasing third party on PC, no one cares. The only people that will never do
I
that is
don't know.
Nintendo. The only
Then
people that
why-
will never do that, Mr. Inferno, is Nintendo.
True. Well,
Everybody
maybe
else will
later.
put stuff on there, but like, I don't even think so. I think Nintendo's whole
Alright.
strategy has
Alright.
always
I
been.
think
not
when
going
the
anywhere
older
with it.
generation
Ushers,
passes away in Nintendo, eventually they will. I think
That's
eventually
where
If that
the
was the
mistake
case,
is.
why don't we have most of the older games on PC
Ushers,
already?
because the
Ushers,
older
time.
generation still runs Nintendo.
Usher,
Sorry.
Inferno,
Mhm.
finish it off so we can move on to the next topic.
I think the thing is everybody's moving. Xbox always leads the way. They go too far too fast. Sony will
agree.
follow. They're following. To think that they won't do this same strategy to some extent is come on.
They will.
They're already headed that
I
way
agree.
because it used to be nothing is never going to PC to okay, it's coming maybe a year later. It keeps getting the dates get closer and closer. Now it's all online games only. Then we see the Lego happen. That's day one. It's gonna happen, man.
But
Just
my
a
thing
It's
is,
that they don't tell
to
you.
double
Why should
on
they?
what Mr. Inferno is saying. Sony never announced that we're doing this first. They were just doing it, and then they told you, yeah, we did it. Basically,
You're
so
worried
that's my point. They don't need to tell you like 1 year in advance. Oh, by the way, we're gonna start putting games on PC. They already did it, and then they told you, right?
Yep.
my thing is, I still feel they're more consistent in their messaging.
So we're moving on to the next subject.
I agree.
I don't know how many of you guys have played Elden Ring or are fans of Souls-like games. I saw this on Twitter. Actually, someone sent this to me on my DMs, and I thought it'd be interesting to hear everyone's takes, whether you've played the Souls games or not. Tai, to your Star Wars take, is this like out of pocket? Are people too much into this, or is it warranted? Let's listen.
about the DLC that
But
What?
you guys can
What's that?
interrupt me and we can keep going.
What?
Listen.
comes out and then it's there for you forever to play.
So this guy is not a noob, but he's not someone who's like deep into the Elden Ring and Dark Souls lore. He's on a call with someone else that's explaining it to him. So here we go. Telling him not to rush through so that he can just go and kill Moog and then get into the DLC.
And you want to rush it, let me tell you, when it's all done, and then you go and finish Dark Souls 1, and you go and finish Dark Souls 3, and you go and finish Bloodborne, and you play Dark Souls 2 because there's nothing left, and then you play Sekiro, and then you're left with nothing except a memory that your first playthrough, you rushed through, didn't play it blind, used magic, used summons, didn't beat it the hard way, didn't learn all the boss patterns, because you didn't believe in yourself.
Calling.
Yep.
Launders, what do I do?
All right, listen, I need you to grow up, okay?
What's
You're a
bad
Counter-Strike player.
Am
You're
I?
representing us in this game on Twitch. No matter what you do, everybody's going to see and they know you came from
I'm
Counter-Strike,
not
okay?
playing the DLC apparently.
You can't even play the DLC at this level or skill level, okay? It's going to be very hard. So here's the thing, right? Here's the only thing. Have you played any other Souls game?
9.
Okay, the one thing that everyone's going to tell you, all the even hardcore motherfuckers, I don't want to gatekeep how to play the game, but the one thing that's real is your first playthrough can never be replicated. Okay?
He's right though. Yeah.
I know you said you're having fun playing the game, and that's because the level design, the exploration, Miyazaki's world, the story that you can learn from on YouTube, all of the amazing games that come before it. You know, all this stuff can only be enjoyed the first time truly once. So if you actually like it, I speak for everyone in chat right now when I say no one cares if you're playing the DLC or you're playing the main game as long as you're playing it the first time. And they're going to be there. You're going to still have 15,000, 20,000 viewers playing the DLC when it's your turn. And you won't be competing with everyone else playing the DLC at the same time anyway. So don't bother watching it. Like, this game is just as good as the DLC will be. The DLC is just made for everyone who has nothing left from the main game. Okay?
Wow.
Interesting.
Wow.
Very
You know,
good
this
video.
series is a work of art. And sometimes it's the most nerdy thing that I believe. I have all these Dark Souls tattoos, and I always say this, but living at the exact same time as Miyazaki, I feel like is the same thing as living at the same time as some great author, of Shakespeare or something else.
Oh my god! All right, I had to stop it there.
Dude.
I had to fucking stop it there.
Hold on. Let me. Can I go into a little bit details? I've watched a lot of videos the last few days about Elden Ring, about Miyazaki, about all the
Go
stuff.
ahead.
Right. So I'm not a Dark Souls fan, but I still play every game until I quit
Yeah,
because I'm a pussy.
yeah.
Okay. Besides that, though, Miyazaki plays his game. He sucks at them, but he plays his own game. And that's why you have this nice of a crafted world that we have in Elden Ring. That's one of the best approachable Dark Souls type games we have. Okay. And what he's saying is you can only enjoy this type of game only once because it's your first playthrough. Okay. So what he says is completely right in my point. I think what he's saying is the essence of how you should go into a game like this. Explore yourself, don't rush. It's all about the experience of getting through the game, which can take a long damn time. Also, a lot of deaths, like you can see. That's basically enough said.
I kind of agree.
Yeah, but
I think it sounds like a fanatic for sure. But
Yeah.
somebody said that like, is this game a work of art? Well, yeah, it is. Games is art, and this game is
yes,
up there as one of the best games. And you can see how
period.
detailed everything is, from the combat to the environments to the art style. Like, this game is a masterpiece. Miyazaki has done an amazing job in making this game. I think the thing is, like, if you want to go deep into this game and its lore or whatever, you can end up like this weirdo or this guy. That's fine. But at the same time, if you want to be a casual player and have fun, then you can also do that too as well. You shouldn't gatekeep how people play games. But I get where he's coming from in this sense, because I think about Skyrim and how that game, how that game was an experience.
Hello, Tai?
Yeah. Is everybody else here?
So,
Did we
Yeah.
lose Ty?
I think we lost him.
I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Let's
Well-
go back to
well-
the video because this part kind of threw
Oh,
me.
there's more?
Listen.
Oh, okay.
This series is a work of art. And sometimes it's the most nerdy thing that I believe. I have all these Dark Souls tattoos, and I always say this, but living at the exact same time as Miyazaki, I feel like is the same thing as living at the same time as some great author, of Shakespeare or something else.
When I first heard that, I think that was a bit much.
No.
I think Shakespeare.
No.
Shakespeare.
No.
Like
Shakespeare?
can Shakespeare program? Can Shakespeare no ways, dude. Like, I agree with him.
Bro.
Like, I wouldn't say
What,
No,
Shakespeare?
Kojima is the cog.
Oh, Lord.
Here
Here we
comes
go.
again.
Here we go.
Kojima.
Oh, I'm
No,
looking funny at all you guys.
Kojima is not
Dude.
even in the top
It's not
echelon of
Shut the
comparable.
fuck up.
Japanese.
It's not
Ushers,
what he
I'm
said,
a-
it's who he said.
Comparable.
He's an
warning.
understudy.
It's not
Ushers,
what he
that's your
said, it's who
first
he
warning.
said. I got you.
It's not
That's your first warning,
comparable.
Ushers.
Shigeru Miyamoto-san? Get the no ways, bro. That when we talk about the
That's your
echelon,
second strike. That's your second
when we
strike.
talk about the echelon of the greatest devs of all time, Kojima may be in the the latter half of that list, but we're talking about Shigeru Miyamoto, the grandfather of video games.
And is muted.
Can I
Yeah.
tell you
Go ahead.
one more
Go ahead,
thing?
Flemish.
One more thing. So
ahead.
the reason why this game does so well and is regarded one of the greatest games of the last decades, basically, right, of all time, it's also because of the developer Miyazaki cares so much about the player in everything he does in this game. Okay, everything he does is with purpose. Nothing is done like when there's a lot of games coming out. There was a lot of complaints when the game came out, like the UI sucks, the quest sucks, right? All these things are bad, but they're not made for developers, because developers make it for other developers. It's like a showcase, basically. Sometimes developers are like, yeah, in this game, like, it doesn't feel right for me, right? As a developer, you see all the flaws, but this game, it hits different because it's made for players. With the players, the first thing in mind is why he made the game and what he made with the game. That's also what I wanted to say.
All right. I thought it was a bit much. I thought it was a bit much.
It's
But the whole Miyamoto thing.
You don't
In
love
retrospect,
Kojima enough.
it's a good shout. No, it's a good shout. It's a good shout. Miyamoto, I mean, dude, quite literally was there to resurrect the dying heart of video games, like the industry. So that's a good shout.
So
It's
Luke,
fine.
Luke,
this
quick
guy.
one. So what do you think my favorite PS1 game is?
Bruh, it better be Metal Gear Solid 1.
It's Metal
That's what
Gear
it
Solid
better
1.
be.
What do you think my favorite PS2 game was?
Either Metal Gear Solid 2 or Metal Gear Solid 3.
Metal Gear Solid 2. What do you think my favorite PS3 game was?
Revengeance?
Metal Gear Solid 4. Hey,
Metal Gear Solid 4.
No.
Yes,
I want to play
that's 3
Revengeance
generations
too.
in a row. Like, that's 3 generations in a row where Metal Gear is my favorite game on a specific platform. And that's how good Metal Gear is in terms of just how it changed how I look at gaming.
Not good. Use the other G word. Great.
Yeah, it's a great game. So, and I think, and I put whatchamacallit, I put Hideo Kojima on the, and I didn't even play like his earlier games. There was this game that he made, I forgot what it's called. It was an anime game back in the early 90s. Very
the one with
popular game.
the police detective or something.
Yes, that one. So like I put him on the top echelon of like the greatest game devs of all time. Miyamoto dude is like Miyamoto just makes great games every freaking 2 years. I don't even know how many games Miyamoto has touched and made since 1981. The guy is a freaking, like, Shakespeare is nothing on like a Miyamoto. So I get where this guy is coming from. Like, there is no author. There's no one that's done
quantity wise. He's an animal.
But just in terms of the artistic nature of what he does, you can write a play, but writing a game is such a multi-layered thing. And his games are not even story-focused.
Okay. Let's not start throwing shade at Shakespeare, because then we have to get into the fact that he came up with how stories are even structured, and like 99% of storytelling is based off of the skeletons that he made. So
doesn't
let's
Miyamoto
settle down,
also have a team
right?
as well? He has a team behind him as well. It's not just him alone.
It's not him.
Which doesn't take away from his greatness. But
let's chill on Shakespeare. Let's chill. What?
Shakespeare or Miyamoto?
No, Miyamoto had a team.
Oh yeah, and then Shakespeare didn't. He did all those plays and all those things on his own.
No, he didn't act out the plays, but he came up with the structure and the idea of how to make those stories. Dude, it's not just that he wrote stories, Flemish. He built the 3-part act. He built the idea of the ever winning protagonist, etc. Like 90% of what we see in Hollywood or Netflix or whatever it is that we consume is based off of whatever Shakespeare made. So I'm just saying, let's chill, right, on saying that Miyamoto is Shakespeare's nothing next to Miyamoto.
I can say the same thing for gaming.
5X.
Everything that you playing today in video games is thanks to Miyamoto. It's based on what him and Nintendo created in the 80s. all the sort of genres that we now go to as staples, they built those things when they didn't really exist.
I think Miyamoto was a director of I think obviously Mario, right? Donkey Kong,
Zelda,
that was huge. Zelda, Ocarina of Time. I don't even mean the 2D one. I mean
Things that made Nintendo.
the fact that he was
literally
able to
produces everything that Nintendo makes.
But the fact that he was able to say, you know, hey, we're doing 2D games, we're gonna go into 3D, and he made Mario 64.
Yeah, that's huge.
And then he made Ocarina of Time. Those are two timeless 3D games. You like when you make a 3D game, you don't hit it that good the first time. You don't hit that good, and he did it. Those are timeless games. And like I said, I talked to Ushers about this. You know, like when you play the original Tomb Raider game, which was maybe the first 3D game, came out on Sega Saturn. That game isn't timeless in the sense that you can pick up that game and play and still think it's good, right? But you can play Mario 64 and Zelda Ocarina of Time, and you can still feel like, yeah, this is something special. So yeah, I give Miyamoto a lot of credit.
And then the time mechanic in Ocarina of Time, that was awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, are people saying Miyazaki is the same as Miyamoto? He's not. Like, he clearly isn't.
I don't think they were, but I think somebody was offended that they said his name.
No, I was saying that Miyamoto is better than Shakespeare. He's done more for
oh my god
than Shakespeare in terms of his.
Yeah, I mean, I see your argument there because Shakespeare, like, you know, when Shakespeare, like the stories are really based on this concept called the hero's time, right?
Yes, the hero's journey.
The hero's journey, and that's seen across multiple different continents, Africa, Asia, whatever. So I wouldn't really give Shakespeare that because everyone was doing it at some point. I wouldn't go that far to say he's better than Shakespeare or not. I don't know too much about Shakespeare to go into that detail, but I do know when it comes to this media that we're in, Miyamoto is one of the legends.
Oh yeah, compared to Miyazaki, yeah, hell yeah, easily.
Yeah, Miyazaki doesn't really. I mean, like, I think
Miyazaki.
I feel like
Miyazaki is more like Kojima, right?
He's not even on the same level as Kojima. You can't compare Miyazaki to Kojima.
Because Miyazaki was inspired to do that by things that Bethesda made with Elden Ring and Elder Scrolls. I mean, Elder Scrolls and all that.
Yeah, I think with Elden Ring, you can see its influences from, you know, like what came before, right? Whereas you don't see the influences of what Miyamoto did with Donkey Kong and Mario and Ocarina of Time.
He was the first.
And then look at Kojima. Like, nobody was doing games. Like, Kojima was doing stealth and storytelling in 1989 when games were not about that. Games were Super Mario and they were Donkey Kong. Like, he was trying to do more serious military-based games with actual plots, military plots, and he was doing this in 1989. A lot of the Metal Gear games that we played were actually remakes of the original Metal Gear games.
Yeah,
all those stories had been told before.
I mean, here's another one. Would you say even like he's similar to Todd Howard with the whole because, like I said, Skyrim was a very new experience for a lot of people. You know, I never experienced a game like that. Morrowind, Oblivion, all those games. Would you say
I never played Morrowind and
yeah,
well, like again,
the way they did the RPGs, yeah, it was different.
Yeah, but like when I look at a game like you know the Souls games, yeah, I mean, the main thing is that they're difficult and they're hard. That's the I don't know what else is there really.
Yeah, but he was definitely not the first to make hard games.
Yeah, like Ninja Gaiden is extremely hard game.
Yeah.
So they made a game called. Sorry, go ahead.
It's not only that they're difficult, it's the interconnected, all the things that fit as puzzle pieces into each other with the gear, with different items that you can find, how they all interact with each other.
But then isn't that just an RPG game then, right?
Yeah, I would say it's more like an RPG because you also have your stats, your gear has different things you can do. There's way more going on.
We have another guest that just joined us, even though we're close to the end of the show. Mr. Wise, old gamer, welcome in.
Hey, Wise.
How you doing, sir?
Oh, muted?
You're muted.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Something's wrong with your mic. We cannot hear you.
Wise? Says
nope, nothing. All right, keep trying to check what's happening on your end. Just keep a continuous fart going.
So
we can confirm if your mic.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay,
there you go. I hear him.
So, okay, I do have a little bit of pushback with what you guys were saying, Miyamoto. I'm, you know, Loke, you know, I am a huge Nintendo fan. I'm almost a Nintendork. Okay, if you want to say that, right? Right now I'm currently playing Super Mario.
Nintendo bots. That's what
Sunshine
they're called.
Right now,
Nintendo bots.
Nintendo, right? Nintendo or whatever. I don't know what they are. So I have been accused of being that way. So that's fine. That's fine. But what Miyamoto did, see, okay, here's the thing. You talk about it like he created the mechanics. No, he didn't create the mechanics. He refined the mechanics. And I think that's the main thing with Shakespeare, like too. Shakespeare took plays and evolved them to what they are now. Like before Shakespeare, there was no such thing as a soliloquy, where the main protagonist would be talking directly to the audience and everything. Same thing with Miyamoto. You had Space Invaders, you had Asteroid, you had all of these game mechanics that existed. You even had like platformers, like Pitfall and a couple of other ones out there at that time. But what Miyamoto did was he took all of this and said, okay, how can we make this better? How can we evolve the franchise? He put a story. With Donkey Kong, remember when you played Donkey Kong in the arcades, there was a story. That was the first time games had a story. Before, back in the day, it just was one screen. Same thing with Super Mario Brothers. Yeah. It was a continuously side-scrolling thing, and it had a story behind it. With 3D, technically PlayStation beat Nintendo to 3D and was doing 3D well. Well, I mean, you want to say Star Fox, but yeah. But then, like, Nintendo said, okay, well, if you're going to make a 3D platformer, this is how you make a 3D platformer, and that's the Super Mario 64. So I do think he deserves his accolades. However, he didn't create the media. He just made it. He refined it to such a precision point that he made gaming into what it is today. Everything that we gravitate towards as gamers, story, gameplay, all of this was done at the very beginning with Miyamoto, because he said that if there is nothing keeping the audience here, they're going to eventually leave. And that's where he sort of, injected the plot, the story, and all that other stuff in there. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so who's the number one in your opinion, wise? Because according to Reichi, he knows how old you are. You were alive and kicking.
No,
when
go
Shakespeare
fuck yourself.
was
We don't
here.
even know if Shakespeare was a man. There are debates in circles that they don't think that the guy who you see like on Wikipedia's face as Shakespeare is Shakespeare. They may think that some might be some other people, right? So we don't know.
Might be a black guy who got his credit taken away from him.
To Wise's point, a lot of people don't even think Shakespeare was one person. They think it was actually a bunch of scholars that had actually come together to create that persona to be able to write all those things.
All Shakespeare's.
Exactly.
Because there was so much that no one could believe like one guy could do it. These people should have met Kanye West. That's what I have to say about that. All right.
Oh boy.
I'm just saying.
Well, here's the problem.
You could disagree with his lifestyle choices. The man is a genius.
Well, you could say what you will, right? But the problem has occurred right now is that like everything else, knowledge, everything is like, it's really hard to come up with a genuine idea. Like back in the day, Miyamoto is looked upon with such favorable light because he was in the beginning. He was one of the inceptors. I mean, he was there on the ground floor when gaming was coming in. Of course, Kojima,
back, right?
he refined it. Yeah, he
all students of Miyamoto, Kojima, even Miyazaki and them, they will all of them will always point to Miyamoto as the primary influence as to why they make games and they're so passionate about the art of making.
But does that make you the GOAT?
Yes.
Does that make you the GOAT though?
Yeah.
He's like the Indiana Jones, action adventure.
I mean, like, were there people dunking on basketballs before Jordan? Yes. Were there people dunking and doing what? Were there people dunking and doing whatever before Jordan? Yes.
Yes.
But Jordan took it to another level.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So all I'm saying is just because he was there at the inception doesn't mean he's the GOAT. Bill Russell was there at the inception. He ain't the GOAT. He has 11 rings.
Well,
right?
if you mean like who's the GOAT,
he has all
now.
these 50 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you mean who's the GOAT like right now, it's not Miyamoto. He's not developing games anymore. So
he is.
What game is he developing?
He's retiring only now. We were still talking about a story Friday, Luke. You were talking about the story
on Friday. On Friday.
That he's only retiring now.
He's saying he's not retiring. He's
not
thinking
retiring.
about handing over the reins.
Oh snap!
He's
So
not
he's
No,
still.
retiring.
my
wasn't an
point is
official
Smart
announcement.
man.
he's touching games, so
He
he's
ain't
having his
done yet.
influence. He's having his influence on these games, but he's not like the creative director of any game right
He's
now.
Scorsese.
Right.
Scorsese. Is Scorsese
Dude.
still directing his own movies?
Yes.
That's like saying Orson Welles is no longer relevant now that he's dead.
Scorsese.
No, he's still Orson Welles. That's Orson fucking Welles. You know, you can't escape.
So
Orson
it's still
Welles.
his.
I think-
what
Wait,
was the
so,
last Zelda
I-
game? That's
sorry,
his game.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's Ojuma's game.
Not being relevant doesn't mean you're
Zelda,
not important
the
anymore.
Miyamoto doesn't make
Yeah,
Zelda.
yeah, exactly.
Like, Tears of the
Antonio.
Kingdom.
Exactly.
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom.
No, it's not
That-
Miyamoto.
that was-
He's still a legend.
Yeah, I mean, just because you are not actively doing things that you were beforehand doesn't diminish what you did beforehand. You know,
It's sorry,
Right.
it's
Okay,
Eiji Onuma
direct-
that makes it's not Eiji Onuma. Like
Just
Miyamoto's
because LeBron
his name is
James
not even
exists
on the
doesn't mean
Zelda list.
Michael doesn't.
No. I guess
there.
I think,
Not
for example,
exactly.
yeah, somebody mentioned once that Kanye West obviously is great, whatever. But if you look at his recent productions, there's somebody else producing those tracks, and he's just kind of touching it here and there. So,
That-
are you gonna say Kanye West is the best beat maker then, when he's using people's foundation to then fine tune certain things, right?
but that's like saying Run DMC is irrelevant anymore, and that's like saying it. What's that guys? Those guys. Shoot, I'm having a brain.
I guess listen, I'm more focusing on who
Wu-Tang,
is creating
NWA.
who's
Wu-Tang,
creating the
yeah.
work, right? No,
Yeah.
well, I'm guess. Well, no. If you want to talk about like who's the greatest of all time, and like Miyamoto is going to be in that conversation.
you know
If
why
you talk
I
about
think-
who is
know
now,
why I
that's a
think it's
different
still relevant?
conversation.
You know why I think it's still relevant to give him credit is because he's still in the position
He's still producer.
to avoid situations like Redfall that Phil Spencer cannot.
He's been
Right?
If I look
So
at his,
if Redfall was a Nintendo game, for example, and it went on his table, he'd be like, okay, fire everyone that made this and throw this in the trash. Right? He's still making like the big decisions on a lot of these games.
Yeah.
So he should get some credit.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give an
yeah,
example,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'll give an example. Miyamoto was the one who told Retro Studios to turn Metroid into a first-person game,
First-person
right?
shooter,
First-person
yeah.
shooter. So you get credit for that, but he didn't actually develop or create the game. He's the one with it. He
but
gave them
it's
the
all
idea.
so, but you have to understand, right? Like in gaming, it's a little bit different, like than producing or directing a movie, because Scorsese still directs because of the fact that for you to get your vision across, you need to direct. Whereas when you play and he produces every Zelda, Mario, if it's got Zelda, Mario, and it's a main game, he's responsible for it, including Tears of the Kingdom. He's the general producer, but he's now
No,
developed.
wait, but he's not though. He's not on the
He
list.
is. Go check. Go
Not.
check. Go check his
I
game.
just checked now. I
Yeah?
just checked now.
Breath of the Wild.
And IMDb
No,
says
no.
Miyamoto's title at Nintendo these days is representative director and fellow.
Yeah,
He no
exactly.
longer directs Mario or Zelda games, but is
Directly, but
involved.
he's general producer. Yeah.
He is involved in a senior capacity as
Yeah.
others take on more day-to-day responsibilities.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
as far as directing is concerned, he's not there, but he's
I'm gonna give
one of
you-
the people. We don't know exactly where. He's one of the people that says no. This is going to the trash, or this can.
Yeah, so I'll give an
can
example. I
come.
think Onuma said, for example, when he was showing Breath of the Wild to Miyamoto, so he's already making the game, right? He
Yes,
says what he
I
did
get
was
that.
he gave Miyamoto like, oh, climb the tree or whatever, right? It was like, oh, this is a good idea. Even with Wind Waker, Miyamoto didn't like Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. He also didn't like the other one, the sequel to Wind Waker, the one with the realistic Link. What's it called? The realistic Link,
What do you mean? Oh, you mean the
Zelda game, the one with the realistic Link, the one that came
Yeah,
on the
I'm
GameCube.
No, it was
Twilight
Whatever.
Princess.
Twilight Princess. Yeah, Miyamoto didn't like that game.
But he
even really.
produced it. But
he said that game was missing something because he's not really the one directing the game. So that's what I'm saying. He hasn't overseen.
I agree
reach,
with you. Yeah,
but he doesn't. So you can't say he's the ghost of all
oversees them,
time
yeah.
when the games that he's not even creating them. He's just assistant, right?
But
This is like Matt Booty telling them a team like, yeah, don't do this, don't do that. This is like Yoshida saying, don't do this. Hey, God of War, how about you let him throw the axe instead? That's not creating the game. That's just giving them ideas.
True, but they get the credit for it when it's bad too. So They'll be like,
But-
"Hey, if all those games were trash,
They
would
get
say
blamed.
he would say he sucks, even though it's not him technically."
Well,
The
I'll say this
difference,
too, though.
yeah.
I'll say
We have
this
to be
too, and the sad reality is this, and we just touched upon it with Shakespeare. You know, we were saying that it wasn't. We were thinking that people who do this type of stuff think that Shakespeare wasn't alone. Neither was Miyamoto. I mean, if you look at some of the people who were making the games with him, Tanabe, they're still at Nintendo. You know, and they deserve as much accolades as them. The problem is Miyamoto was the public persona. You know, that was the face that you
Right.
saw. You didn't see everybody else. And that's a real tragedy. Like, you know, that's what I think. That one of the things is that, yeah, okay, great, Miyamoto is great, but that doesn't diminish what the other people that were working with him did as well. I mean, think about the music, okay? Miyamoto did not create the music for the original Super Mario Brothers. That was iconic. Oh, God, I can't remember the guy's name. But to this day, I mean, I don't care if you were just born like 5 years ago, you can recognize that Super Mario intro music. Yeah. That wasn't a Miyamoto creation, you know? So that's the tragedy of it all. That,
But
you
it's
know,
like
when we
Todd
say one
Howard
person-
now.
Yeah.
The Doom
Because
soundtrack.
Todd Howard takes all the blame for Starfield, but Todd Howard
Oh, yeah.
is not the director of Starfield. He's the producer. So that's what I'm saying, is that every Mario game or every Zelda game he's produced or been the general producer on that game, it doesn't mean he's the director or the lead designer. Same with the guy, the Final Fantasy guy. Well, he's no longer the Final Fantasy guy, but up until I believe Final Fantasy X, Sakaguchi, what's his name?
Wait, hold on. Todd Howard is a director of Starfield.
No, he's not the director.
Yeah, he is. 100%.
No, he's
Of course
not.
he is.
He's not the
Yeah,
director.
who's the director then?
I'll tell you now.
It's Todd Howard, 100%.
Isn't starts with a P? I forget his name.
I don't think it's. I'm
No,
almost 100.
it's Todd Howard for sure. Has to
It
be.
literally says director Todd Howard on Wikipedia.
Oh, is it Todd Howard?
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah. Of course, yeah, it has to be
Right?
him.
The design director is Emil.
Totally the
Aguilera.
director.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
Emil-
Emil something. Yes.
No,
that's
Emil's the
guy.
design
Emil's
director. Yeah, no, he's a
design.
He's
design director.
currently the
Design.
He's
director
the
and
design
exclusive
director.
producer, but that's the
Actual
game
director
studio.
is definitely Todd Howard.
Yeah,
The
it's Todd Howard.
actual
For sure. It has to
director
be.
is Todd Howard. Yeah, it's Todd
Okay,
Howard.
so my bad. I thought it was that Emil guy, that Emil something
Yeah.
guy.
All right.
Got
Before
you.
we hop on out of here, I have a question that Gogo Po here posited for us. Is Kai Cenat an artist? He's very influential. He's a very influential influencer
Artist.
right now. Kai Cenat.
He is a content creator, not an artist. I wouldn't say.
But
he's
I'll
an
say
artist.
this: is he? Do you consider comedians an artist?
Yes.
No, then I guess he is. Then. He does comedy, like he just makes people laugh, right?
I think he's the new
like,
type of the modern celebrity is content creators.
Yeah.
They're
Is he
bigger
like
than
Speed?
a lot of people.
Is he like Speed? Does he do like?
Yeah, it's like
what-
Speed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
like I show exactly.
Less drugs, less antics, but yes, he does antics. But Speed is, I don't know what's wrong with him. He makes me want to ask that question.
It's like he's doing something all the time.
I like Speed. He looks like he's on speed.
Yeah, he needs
this
to
is true.
slow down just a little bit. Anyways, that brings us to the end of another gaming log on TSWS Gaming. We have failed once again to tackle my bookmarks. We'll see what happens next week. But we tried. The Xbox roadmap we kind of got stuck there a little bit. Anyways, Flemish,
Yes.
please tell people where they can find you, what you're up to, etc., etc.
Well, of course, you can find me here every Sunday. I'm gonna be here for a long while. Let's say that. Besides it, of course, I got another show with Cali, Cali Rex 01 on YouTube. When the show returns, maybe in a few weeks, we'll do another one. But that's it, basically.
All right, Mr. Inferno Games, plug your
All
stuff. brother.
right. Well, you can find me, Mr. Inferno Games, on pretty much everything. I'm gonna try to join Wise's show this Friday. This is here to announce that. So if you hate me, don't show up there. I'll be there.
Well,
So
I won't be there, so
it's
fuck
been
it.
see, man. All right. Well, you can catch my cringe tweets and all that on Twitter or X, and that's where you can find me. Thank you
What's your name
for
on X?
having me on.
Bro, you are welcome any other Sunday. You know this. You know this. Gogo Paul, thank you so much for the super chat. Says keep up the good work. Honestly, doesn't feel like work. It really doesn't. I could do this every day for 8 hours. I could do this. All right. Just need to get better at it so I can get more super chats. Anyways, Oshus, plug your stuff, brother. Oshus, you are muted. You are muted. Born, Amaj. Born.
Oh, sorry. So you guys can find me on Facebook.
Stop sipping.
You guys can find me on Facebook, Xbox Players South Africa, or XPBSA. On Twitter, it's Oshus7, and all other socials is just Oshus. And every time Loku invites me, I'm here on Sundays.
I don't invite you, dude. I invited you once. Now I just send the link. I don't fucking invite you. It's the same thing for Ty. Ty, don't even talk about when Loke invites me. I don't invite you anymore. All right, you're part of the furniture now. Ty, plug your stuff.
You can find me on Taya Talks. That's TAYETALKS. Same thing on Twitter. And I guess you can find me. You can find me on Sunday when Lo gives me an invite.
Bite me, man. Bite me. Also, Ty, I saw you flexing your biceps. Let's see. I saw. Let's see.
No.
Let's see.
I was just stretching. That was it. I was just stretching. I didn't
Exactly.
need to
Feel free to stretch right now. Let's see.
No, I'm good.
Look, is trying to monetize you.
I know, right?
I'm trying to maximize him. Anyway, Wise old gamer, please plug your stuff, brother.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I am the wise old gamer, the man who brings the icky and sticky or the fun and dysfunctional. You can find me everywhere you can actually find anyone else. Twitter, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, Wise Old Gamer with a Z. Do a podcast every Friday with a whole bunch of imbeciles and assholes, and we love drinking and shooting the shit, and it is a fun time to be had. 6 p.m. Eastern every Friday without fail. Wasted with Wise. This week, let's see, who do we have this week? Last week we had Slow-Mo Backslap. This week we're still in talks, but most likely we're going to try to get either Mooch or what's that guy's name? Eric from the podcast Crossfire
Eric?
on this weekend. Yeah. Eric Jackson.
Eric Jackson.
Eric Jackson. Yeah.
So
again, it's no guarantee yet because of course we have to see if the schedule works out. The week's still early, but yeah, the show is every Friday 6 p.m. Eastern, and I also have a new podcast called "You Can't Say That Online," where I will just do it randomly. There's no set date or order for that one. It's just whenever I have a random musing. This week, I will most likely be doing that podcast as well, either Monday or Tuesday. And we're going to be talking about the future of portable handhelds when it comes to PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo going forward. And so, we'll be streaming on that as well. Probably Super Mario. What's that new Super Mario game called? Super Mario Wonder, I guess. Yeah, there we go. But that's it.
All right, that's the Wise Old Gamer, everybody. You can find me here almost every single day. TSWS Gaming, we put out gaming content almost every single weekday, including Sundays. Like, subscribe. Come and speak your mind on our live podcasts. But always remember that offense is taken, not given. Goodbye.